You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE LP 95.9 FM. The most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey. The most influential name in Caribbean radio. WZYE 95.9 FM.
Apple of thine eye, hide me under the shadow of thy wing, O Lord, my Savior. It's so hard to deal with personal struggle. It's so sad when you feel alone in your trouble. It's real hard when you want to talk to a brother. It's so bad because of how some look at you after. So Jesus, come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be. Cover my head. Satan want me dead. Cover my head from human attack. So Jesus, come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it, Jesus. Come and be while you fix it, Jesus. Come and be. People see you smile, but don't know the hurt that you're feeling. Even as God's child, at times your heart does be bleeding. Where can you go when you're really looking for healing? Who know how to flow when your soul needs some restoring? So Jesus, come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it, Jesus. Come and be while you fix it, Jesus. Come and be. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it, Jesus. Come and be while you fix it, Jesus. Come and be. Cover me home from evils unknown. Cover my feet so I'll never retreat. Oh Lord, come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it, Jesus. Come and be while you fix it, Jesus. Come and be. Cover my brother, cover my sister, them who under pressure. Cover the preacher, every church worker, the young believer. Cover the worship leader and intercessor, every gospel minister. Cover. Jesus alone is the one who has the real answer. The one on the throne is the true and loving Father. He will hold your hand and keep you from going under. He will make you stand and let you know he's a fixer. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it, Jesus. Come and be while you fix it, Jesus. Come and be. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it, Jesus. Come and be while you fix it, Jesus. Come and be. Cover my mind. You know the struggle sometimes. Cover my mouth, that the wrong thing wouldn't come out. Oh Lord, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it, Jesus. Cover me. Cover the Christian in the midst of aggression with the power of your right hand. Jesus, cover them helpless children. Jesus, defend them. Send help from heaven. Jesus, cover all them radio stations that blessing the nation. Grant divine protection. Jesus, cover me.
Truer words were never spoken. The less you associate with some people, the more your life will improve. Anytime you tolerate mediocrity in others, it increases your mediocrity. An important attribute in successful people is their impatience with negative thinking and negative acting people. As you grow, your associates will change. Some of your friends will not want you to go on. They will want you to stay where they are. Friends that don't help you climb will want you to crawl. Your friends will stretch your vision or choke your dream. Those that don't increase you will eventually decrease you. Consider this. Never receive counsel from unproductive people. Never discuss your problems with someone incapable of contributing to the solution, because those who never succeed themselves are always first to tell you how. Not everyone has a right to speak into your life. You are certain to get the worst of the bargain when you exchange ideas with the wrong person. Don't follow anyone who's not going anywhere. With some people you spend an evening. With others, you invest it. Be careful where you stop to inquire for directions along the road of life. Wise is the person who fortifies his life with the right friendships. If you run with wolves, you will learn how to howl. But if you associate with eagles, you will learn how to soar to great heights. A mirror reflects a man's face, but what he is really like is shown by the kind of friends he chooses. The simple but true fact of life is that you become like those with whom you closely associate, for the good and the bad. Note, be not mistaken. This is applicable to family as well as friends. Yes, do love, appreciate, and be thankful for your family, for they will always be your family, no matter what. Just know that they are human first, and though they are family to you, they may be a friend to someone else and will fit somewhere in the criteria above. In prosperity, our friends know us. In adversity, we know our friends. Never make someone a priority when you are only an option for them. If you are going to achieve excellence in big things, you develop the habit in little matters. Excellence is not an exception. It is a prevailing attitude.
Yes. Let me say a special hello to all the WZYE 95.9 FM listeners. So, folks, I need a little check here. Can you tell me if you are hearing me in the chat? Can you tell me if you are hearing me in the chat, Mr. Intellectual? Can you let me know if you're hearing me? So, folks, I have to be honest with you. I'm always honest, right? I'm on the road. I'm actually in Virginia at a cross-country meet, right? And I have a meeting at 8 o'clock. So I said, let me start, and hopefully Tommy is going to join us, and then he can take it from 8 o'clock onwards. So, Mr. Intellectual, are you hearing me? Are you hearing me? Okay, good. Wonderful. Thank you. So, folks, you know, as we always say, doesn't matter what color t-shirt you wear. You wear a purple t-shirt, a burgundy t-shirt. Each and everyone is welcome in the village on WZYE 95.9 FM. Doesn't matter what planet you're from Mazatania, Xenoranius, Sonaranius. Each and everyone is welcome in the village on WZYE 95.9 FM. And this is how we start the thing.
It have our place, WZYE, where they treat you like friends and family. So if you're looking for a place to belong, going WZYE, you could come along. If you have haste, come with me. We have dad on WZYE, Santa Medite.
And of course, that is the one and only original Love Doctor himself. We call him Dr. Love, Dr. Rennie Muhammad. Of course, folks, as you know, we always say we originate, we don't imitate. We bring you the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth. And here's our pledge to you, the people of that listen to us here on WZYE 95.9 FM.
Ansam LeBon and Marshall Nesbitt solemnly swear to conduct this radio program in a true, fair, and balanced manner, ensuring that all perspectives are given equal consideration and that the information presented is objective and unbiased. We pledge to provide a platform where diverse voices can be heard, fostering open and constructive dialogue that serves the best interests of our audience and community. Our commitment is to uphold the principles of journalistic integrity and ethical broadcasting throughout the duration of this program. Thank you.
And of course, ladies and gentlemen, that's our old Satch pledge to you, the people, that will bring you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So I'm going to be here with you for at least 50 minutes to an hour, and hopefully Tommy will join us and he'll take it from there, because I'm on the road in Virginia and I have to go to a meeting at 8 o'clock. But I said, you know what? Let me come in and give the villagers at least an hour of my time here. That's why we started pretty early. So let me go to the chat. Holly legal, remove. Holly, what does that mean? Holly, can you help me with that, Holly? I don't know what that means. Mr. Intellectual says, good evening, Prawn, Uncle Chi, and all villagers. Hope you all had an enlightening day. Volsang say, hearing and seeing you, wonderful, wonderful. Mr. Intellectual say, plain and clear, wonderful. Volsang say, Walls, make sure you ain't sick, We have enough stress as it is. Oh, God. Volsang say, good evening, brothers. So, folks, I had a nice little run today. All right, the run I did about a 3-mile run. So I'm here for a cross-country meet in Virginia. And the meet is tomorrow. So, I had to do what we call a little shakeout today. So I did a little small little 3-mile something. You understand? And it was pretty good. I always tell you guys about my running, because I want many of you to start taking a little walk. Because walking is good for you. Walking is very good for you. And Gordon Joseph says, good evening, all. If you want to fix something, you must not, I guess, talk about it first or let someone else do. All right. Whatever, man. Anyway. All right. So, folks, the thing about it, right, is this. This is not welcome. The thing about it is this, right? Think about this, right? I was thinking about this today. And I was saying to myself, the politics of Trinidad and Tobago is very dynamic. And a lot of times it's a sort of a race politics, if we are honest, right? And I listened to a gentleman on 91.9, the station they call the Mugabe station. And his whole contribution was on race and disrespect. And I say, but wait, and we can't take any phone calls, because if I take the phone calls, I could hear you. I could hear the caller, but you guys might be able to hear the caller. So as I said, if Tony comes in, I'll be only here for an hour because I'm in Virginia and I have to go to an important meeting at 8 p.m. tonight. So Gordon Joseph says, you must know about it first. I don't know what you're talking about. Explain yourself. Hey, look, Patty, how you going? I tell all you something. You see, Patty? I think Patty is the most respectful PNM that I know, to be honest. She said, and she takes correction very well. Patty, could you kind of spread that virus you have to other PNM people? Can you try and spread that virus? I think there's a good virus for Trinidad, PNM, Patty said, good night, Mr. Tommy and Wall Street. Good night to you, Patty. So, folks, I'm asking myself this question. Former NP Nylon Hippolyte was buried yesterday. I saw Foster Cummins, the General Secretary of the PNM. I saw the Mayor of Port of Spain, Chinua, I forget his last name, Chinua, the Mayor of Port of Spain. I saw the former Mayor of San Fernando, Junior Rugrello. And there were other dignitaries up front. And there was no Prime Minister Rowley. And I asked myself, wow, that man was an MP under the PNM, and I wasn't looking for the prime minister to be there. I was looking for the political leader of the PNM to be there. I wonder what Patty and Gordon Joseph have to say about that, boy. All they go defend that? Both all they go defend that? And make excuses? Eh? Why? Secondly, how come the prime minister never showed up at Kareem Marcel football tournament and they beat him? How come? That is a constituency that have never forsaken the PNM. How come? We have to ask these questions because other people wouldn't ask those questions. But we have to ask those questions. Why? Why? Why is that? And I challenge them, you know. I challenge them to call and make excuses why he wasn't supposed to attend that. Well, the pastor with the internet search engine tried to make an excuse about was he back in the country, or maybe he didn't know when the funeral was. How we go not know when the funeral was? Eh? Mr. Intellectual said the family didn't want him there. Okay. You know what? Send a representative then. Send Gary Sobers. Send him. This is what Patty has to say about it. Mova Defender, good night. That's what she has to say about the situation with, God rest his soul, MP Nylon Hippolyte. And he was a good person. But Patrick Manning was 100% correct about PM Rowley. Right? He was absolutely correct. And the man gone. Just pay your respects now. Pay your respects. That's all. But now, I'm going to play the video for you guys. Take a listen to this. Let me see if I could bring it up. It's sad, you know. It's sad. Oh, boy. You know, sometimes... Okay, hold on. Let me get that for you guys. So I'm on the road, so I'm trying. I want to play this. No, that's not that. Okay, let me try over here. So, folks, I just want to play. And plus, in addition to that, I have an editorial that I like to play too as well. Right? Why is that coming up? All right, here it is. No, that's not it. Okay, here it is. My editorial will be on the situation that happened in Laventel West with Kareem Marcel and Fitzgerald Hines. Here we go.
Was first elected to the House of Representatives in November 2007, representing the constituents of Laventel West in the 9th Parliament. He was re-elected on May 24, 2010. Former Member of Parliament for San Fernando West, Junior Agrello, remembers Mr. Hippolyte as a man who was both meek and mild, but also a strong and good man.
Nylon was one of the survivors when he went into opposition in 2010. Those of us who are familiar with our party's history will be aware of Nylon's role during transition of leadership. In fact, he was the one who was given the responsibility to drive to Mr. Manning's home for Mr. Manning to affix his signature on the appointment of Dr. Rowley as the leader of the party.
Mr. Hippolyte, also a member of the Trinidad and Tobago Cadet Force, rose to the rank of Major General. Major Ronald Joseph recalls he was a positive role model who prepared a lot of young men for the challenges of today.
It's the wrong thing. Nothing lasts forever. Neither the good times nor the bad times. So when you are at the highest point, remember to be humble. And when you are at your lowest point, you must give me faith, and this shall come to pass.
One of his childhood friends admits he was heartbroken when he got the news of Mr. Hippolyte's deteriorating health. He was even more let down when a clarion call for action to assist to raise funds for Mr. Hippolyte's medical care did not manifest.
We all like to be served, but to serve others is of a higher order. The opportunity to return the favor to Naliang has passed, but there will be other opportunities that all of us will be called upon again to serve. Don't ask but why you don't serve first. Instead, you lead by example and serve others.
General Secretary of the People's National Movement, Foster Cummings, thanked Mr. Hippolyte's family for the time they allowed him to spend with the party and for the contributions he made. Karen Kozier-Phillip, TTT News.
There you go. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Why wasn't Prime Minister Rowley at Nyland's Hippolyte funeral? But you know, the sad thing is this, right? Listen to this. Patty says, Wall Street, if you don't know, leave it alone. If I don't know what? I don't know what. He wasn't there. He's a political leader, the PNM, a former MP passed, and you don't show up? And you okay with that, right, Patty? Here the next one. PNM Fox. You now say Foster Cummings was in the funeral. How much more representative you want? You hear that? You hear the kind of excuse them just make? Why shouldn't the Prime Minister be, why shouldn't the political leader at PNM be there? Why not? Here the next one. I saw Dr. Brown and others there. Okay. So what you guys are saying is that it's okay for the political leader of the PNM not to go to a former MP funeral, but you went to all other people's funeral. Eh? That's all you're saying. All you're happy with that. Oh God. Or they stand up for something now, man. Yeah. Oh God, Mr. Intellectual said they feel young will cuss in the funeral. Yeah? Truth. Truth. Now, here the next one. What situation? Volsang say, wars a football tournament is a small money thing. 100,000 for a predominantly black community to kick up each other shin bone. Oot, sad, sad, sad. And the Prime Minister wasn't even there. Right? What situation? What situation with Kareem? You jokey, yes? Or a jokey? A jokey, Patty? Let me see if Prime Minister Rowley go nominate him for Lavantel West. Let me see. The Lavantel Women's League reject Fitzgerald Hines 100%. 100% they reject him. They want no part of him, and we're going to play the video for you, plus the editorial. They reject him 100%. I was telling them that long time ago, you know, but it's better late than never. I was telling them, you know, the man has been an abysmal failure. Why do you think I name him for the failed Gerald Hines? Listen to this, eh? Failed Gerald Hines will go down in history as one of the few ministers, for every ministry he was assigned to, he was reassigned. every ministry he was assigned to, he was reassigned. And I don't think Prime Minister Rowley want to make it a hat trick to have to go and reassign him again. So he holding him in Ministry of Education. He fighting tooth and nail to keep him there. All he trying. But what the old people have said? The longest rope of an end? Correct is right. Yeah? Let me go to the other. Look the Belmont Secondary midfielder that used to sit on the bench, right? And they used to bring him in with 90 seconds left in the game to play. Brian John, welcome. He says, share the life, spread the propaganda. What propaganda? You know propaganda? You know Brian John. Well, if you don't know, you know now. I even see Marvin Gonzalez there, you know. Yeah. Dr. Amory Bong was there. Right? But them fellas better watch themselves, you know. They had to watch themselves. Yeah? Well done, Patty. We don't know why he was not there. So find out before you throw mud. Folks, other than Patty, Gordon Joseph, P&M Fox, I'm asking this question. If it was the UNC, let me ask this question. If it was the UNC and a former MP in the UNC passed away, and you think, well, just say a former MP passed away, you think Kamala Prasad, the sister, wouldn't show up, boy? I'm asking. You think she wouldn't show up? What do you think she wouldn't show up? Well, help me with that now. Let's say it is Miss Kamala Prasad, the sister, and I am. By the way, what about this? You think if the UNC was in power and a former MP took ill and he was calling out for help and Prime Minister Rowley don't even give him no help, boy? You think Kamala Prasad, the sister, would have done that? I'm asking. You think she would have done that? He reached out for help. And Prime Minister Rowley, right, who just received a $50 million budget for entertainment, didn't even look back and say, well, you know what, Nylan, we go donate $250,000 to your care. $250,000, small money. Why? Why not? Ask all yourself that question. Or you remember when what is that fella name again? Oh God, the fella who used to write, the writer fella who had some problems and he went abroad and they paid for him and everything else. I forget his name, but all ever remind me his name. Yeah? They paid for him. Right? Here P&M Fox. Or should you like too much BS? Which BS? What kind of BS you talking about? Is it a blank school? Is it? I don't know, you know. Hey, look, Tommy partner. Mean Jean, how are you? Good evening, Mean Jean. All right. P&M Fox said Dr. Rowley, as the leader of the party, asked if more could have been done by the P&M to help people. Other members said he did get some help. You actually posed that. He asked him if more could have been done. You know what that sound like to me? That sound like when Prime Minister Rowley said that black people are the bottom of the ladder, the socioeconomic ladder. Something to that effect. I'll go play the video. Nah. Holly say you are failed professor. What does that mean to say? If you're a professor, how could you be a failed professor? I don't understand, huh? Holly, what are you trying to explain? That P&M education ain't working good for you at all, you know? You are a failed professor. Okay. Mean Gene said, no, it was not 100%. What was not 100%? All right, I don't want to interpret what you're saying. What do you mean? Mr. Intellectual, you picked that up, eh? That is the man who made sure that Mr. Manning turned over leadership to the present PM. Imagine that. Imagine that. That is the man. And you know, I figured that out. You see what Junior Rogello did? He was throwing a jab at Prime Minister Rowley for not being there. Think about it. Think about it. He didn't say it, but he was showing a jab. Yeah? Good evening, Wall Street. Like Uncle Tommy lighting some layers tonight. Nah, he had some things he had to do, man. Shub Diwali, yes, Shub Diwali to all my Hindu brothers and sisters. And it's light over darkness. Not like the PNM senators talk about darkness over light. Yeah? That is Wall Street next name, Ganda. Ganda? Who is Ganda? Sometimes when them PNM people put things, I doesn't know what they'll be saying, It's Tommy just had to explain to me sometime. No, welcome. Why is Trini, Barbados, Jamaica, Guyana, those so-called big Caribbean sellout CARICOM countries, keep on ignoring Haitians people for the white man? Okay. Volsang says, to think how many children would have benefited from Garth Christopher's education initiative. Thank Fitzos, we love you so. My abysmal failure. KBB is a caring person. She will even go, yes, correct. Correct, Dean. Mrs. Kamla Prasad Besessa. People could say what they want about her. I've said things about her too. Yes, I did. Yes. But one thing you cannot say, that she's not a caring person. You cannot say that. Could you say that for Prime Minister Rowley? I would think even Patty, Gordon Joseph, and PNM Fox, as much as there's PNM till they're dead, them will say Prime Minister Rowley is not as caring as he should be. They wouldn't say he's not very caring, no. They will say he's not as caring as he should be. That's what they will say. So, folks, don't forget, I am with you for the next half hour. I have an important meeting coming up at 8 o'clock, but I just wanted to come in and not do part of the show. If Tommy comes back, he will do part of the show. No, but I'm not seeing you. Did you get the link? Let me send you the link. I'll go send you the link. Let me send you the link now. Let me do this. How do I do this? All right. Folks, give me 1 minute here. Okay, yeah. This is what I'll do. Okay. There we go. Thank you very much, Hanif. Maxi Coffee. Okay, Hanif said, nah, she will not go because that will please the PNM. Oh, God. Yeah, all you, the Belmont midfielder who used to play on the bench. He say here, opposition leader Kamla Prasad Besessa did not attend the funeral service of former Minister Dikoto. You didn't hear the question? You didn't hear the question, PNM Fox? I said, if Mrs. Kamla Prasad Besessa was the Prime Minister, I said that. Okay, Ganda means propaganda. Yeah, I mean, if only writing in syllables and I don't know. Don't be upset with me. And you are the professor. Laugh out loud, yes? Okay. What? You know, it's interesting, it's interesting. Let me send this. Hold on, folks. Let me take this call here. Hold on, Let me do this. Let me take this call while let me play this song here. Hold on, caller. Let me play this song here while I take this call. Okay, 1 minute. 1 minute, 1 minute. Let me play this song.
She's going to be singing Plight of My People. Make some noise for Lady Gypsy.
No plight of my people. Too much a one thing, good for nothing. Too much a good thing, never enough. I don't know why my black people cannot see. No party never care about we. Every election we so devoted. How we love up we PNM. As soon as election come and go, it's only problem after problem. How could we cope? Man lost their hope. I ain't seeing no solution. Every time PNM come in power, it takes a toll on black man. I don't want to sound like a racist, but this is what I can see. They just take care of the race, but they damn well know they have we. I want to ring me bell, wake up Eric Williams, tell him the party found him PNM needed immediate attention. Ring me bell, wake up Mother Cornhawks, tell she to cast a spell on we party, not what it used to be. I ring my bell, I ring my bell down there. I ring my bell, I ring my bell down there.
We are back to you. You know, it's that song, like they banned that song from the radio in Trinidad. They don't play that song, you know. They don't play that song at all. Somehow, they seem to have banned that song in Trinidad and Tobago. Yeah? Volsong says, Gander my foot, so much for a PNM brainwash education. PNM Fox says, most alcoholics appear to be caring people when they are sober. Oh, God. Yeah, he's kicks, yes. All right, folks. Look, we have our guest here. Let's bring in our guest. Unmute your mic.
How you doing, Wall Street? And to the listeners, blessed evening. How are you guys doing?
Aisha Wells, how are you?
I am good, thank you. How are you?
I am splendiferous, Aisha Wells. Aisha Wells, Can I ask you a question and you answer honestly?
Sure.
Aisha Wells, yesterday was Nylon Hippolyte funeral. Former NP of Lavantil West. A great man, a splendiferous man. Aisha Wells, do you believe it was right for your prime minister not to attend this funeral?
What is this? How I reach in? I not reach. I need to come in the door good. I didn't take off my slippers by the door. You already put me in the bacchanal.
I said it's bacchanal. There ain't no bacchanal. This is the truth. I'm asking questions.
So what exactly happened at the funeral? How we know who was there from who wasn't there?
Oh. Aisha, I like you too bad. Aisha, that's why they call it the queen of talking truth. You're good enough.
Can't catch me at all.
Aisha, all right. Aisha, let me say this.
Mm-hmm.
Based on the video that was played by TTT, Foster Cummins was there,
Right.
Marvin Gonzalez was there, Dr. Amory Brown was there, the mayor of Port au Prince, Chinua Allen, is it? Chinua Allen?
Chinua Allen.
Yes, he was there. And we know for a fact if the Prime Minister was there, he'd be up front. And also the former mayor of San Fernando, Junior Regrello, was there.
Okay.
No Prime Minister Rowley.
Okay.
What is your excuse, Aisha, why he wasn't there?
I don't have an excuse. I do not know why he did not attend Nile Young Hippolyte's funeral. But I want to take this opportunity to send condolences out to his family if they're listening to this show. You know,
Yes.
yeah, it was indeed sad. And I think his passing was so sudden. We just heard he was suffering from cancer a few months ago, and to just hear that he passed, you know, it was sudden.
It was really sad because I said that
You
I
had a
was
good
in
meeting
church.
with Wall Street?
Yeah. I went up in St. Barb's to the community center and talked to people up there. You know, he did something real nice for me. I was in communication with him. You know, when I come back to Trinidad, even though he was not he was a backbencher, you know, I mean, all of us used to talk. It used to have a few of us with folks. We can't take calls there because I'm in a hotel in Virginia.
What are you doing
Right?
there?
Well, you know, I should have about 25 different hats. I'm also the assistant cross country.
I know what to say. I know what to say. Message Troy out. What about
Nah. She, I think she go through more, man. Because I'm listening, she know. I see that. How are you? I know she. How you doing, darling? No, I just she into mud, but you know, we have a big meet tomorrow, a big cross country meet tomorrow, and you know, I just had to travel when these meets come up. So you know, I'm in a hotel in Virginia, and I said to myself that you know I cannot not take the meet. Aisha, listen to this, I have to leave about 8 o'clock.
Right.
I will leave you for you to control the program, and I'll leave you on your.
What? You want me to turn this whole upside down? Is me leaving?
Aisha, do you, but Tommy should be back by then. I think I know you could handle these stories, but Aisha, let me tell you,
Let me hear.
I like how you smoothly shift the goalpost on that question with Nile Hippolyte. You know.
To put me in that, I do not know why the man did not attend Nile Young Hippolyte's funeral. I cannot see.
Okay, so let me ask you next question, Aisha.
Sure.
I like your opinion. Kareem Marcel had a football tournament and he beat him. Prime Minister Role, she also didn't attend. Should he have attended that too, Aisha?
I think he should have. You know, the Beatam Laventil is P&M's home. That's the backyard.
Mm-hmm.
And I was paying attention to all the lives on social media about the football tournament in the community and how many different persons went. I saw some councillors, I saw some MPs attending, you know, and I did not see the Prime Minister present. I just felt, you know, he could have passed through, he could have shown his face.
So I say you're 1 for 1 now. You see, it's you're good. Your punt on the other one in football up here was called punt. You know? your punt on the big one. Aisha,
yeah.
Did you see the video with the Women's League of Laventil West and they voted and Fitzgerald get 1 vote?
I saw the video circulating all over social media, and 2 things struck me with the video. One, the person taping appeared to be from the head table. So it appeared from the video that it wasn't no regular attendee taping because the person caught the front row and then they were circulating around the room to catch all who in the back. So I said, what kind of back analysis? Hey, Tommy, how are you, Tommy?
I'm quite good. Nice to see you. Nice to see you hanging out with the professor.
We go make Aisha we go make Aisha large and we small. So Aisha, we are the side. you large in charge on the screen.
So yeah,
Aisha, 1 minute. Aisha, that picture in the back there. Is you in the back there? That picture in the back up on the wall there?
Big strong Zina woman.
Yeah, boy, somebody's calling in already.
So,
well, Tommy, you could take it.
Should I take the call?
Yeah, take it. You could take it. Take it.
All right, let me take the call. WZYE, you're live.
Good night, Dr. Tommy, Wall Street, and PNM Aisha Wells.
Wait, let me stop over defender first. Wait, over defender. Wait. Over defender.
Yeah.
Don't come here to attack Aisha Wells. Aisha Wells is not.
Well, Wall Street, I the voice of the people, you know. So I have to talk my mind.
Don't come to attack Aisha Wells. Don't come
Wall
to
Street,
attack Aisha
is this
Wells.
coincidence? Is it Wall Street? I watch it, you know, Wall Street. You well know you be doing, you know. Wall Street, is it coincidence?
Yeah.
That you brought on Aisha Wells in the same week to reject Kareem Marcel, like when they reject Aisha Wells from Mali's house?
Oh God, move a defender.
What should you do this for spite? I don't care what you say, you did this for spite. Because I can remember Aisha tried the same thing, you know, Wall Street. I tried to go up against Bali McDonald. And the run Aisha, the Bushy, the Koshi, all who saying we love you, Aisha, saying she played. But what should I want to put on record tonight? And I want Anderson, my brother, here, who made it dark when I was. Anderson, Kareem Marcel do not have what it takes to be the MP for Laventon and for Laventon. Kareem Marcel is a good boy, a nice person, paying about people evil and wicked, who would not help the people. And Kareem Marcel do not fit that criteria. So sorry to say, Anderson, I really love your nephew, but trust me, he's not going to get it denied as much as we want him to. Ask Aisha Wells when they run she from Mary's house. Enjoy your night, Wall Street from Uncle Tommy. I see them, Aisha.
Over the pen, one make a big. Yeah, only make it.
But Aisha,
yeah.
No, we have to ask the question though, Aisha. So Aisha, you see what's going on now? Folks,
right.
You remember?
I was telling you before Tommy came in, the person who taping appeared to be somebody from the head table. So when I see the video, I said this is pastor coming on here.
Yeah. It's like the calls aren't stopping. Should I ignore it?
No, take it. Take the call. Take the call.
You're live. Good evening. You're on WZYE. Listen to us on the phone. Caller, you're live.
All right. Let me go on, Tommy. Folks, the number to call is 973-609-6509. 973-609-6509. My number would not be working. So I shall go ahead with the head table.
So when I see the taping, I say, but it's the head table taping here. What kind of pastor is this? Then the counselor stand up and ask persons, who would like to nominate. I see the woman in the front row turn she head to the side. I see the man in the back to the face. I see people start to be uncomfortable on the chair. I'm going to say it 3 times to get Tina.
You're live on WZYE.
Hi, good night, Mr. Washington. Good night, Uncle Tommy, man.
KFC.
Good night,
KFC.
All in black, but she had back up. What's the Washington at them, as your grandma said, long road from Maga Goat. But Washington, but Dr. Is he here?
Yeah, is he here?
Is he here? Well, he's supposed to attend Nigeria to left funeral because that experience corridor and he went down and he beat him down there and show that support. We do Star Wars shit.
We do.
You carry out Valterra. I know down you went down the valley Naga in Paparotti.
Oh God. Oh God.
Daddy kind of love. Yeah, I'm feeling young to say, but your own black brothers and sisters in the stress corridor. You can come out and show that support. You come out, election time. Well, Kareem Marcel, James again, Kareem Marcel, that's all. go cost privacy, go to cost I challenge. I ran away from the hospital. And guess where that support. I teach you so many barrel yesterday. That white jersey. I go put it and I go see. So I want you to right side with another very clear. They right up, but you're putting that chance now. But I challenge up there. Go back up there. Go for fair.
Yeah, man, KFC. Aisha, go ahead and finish your contribution with the
So when I saw that, I was like, okay, one person supported him. This is interesting. So I didn't know until today that Kareem Marcel was the person that they overwhelmingly threw their support behind. But I could be honest with you guys. I was looking at it for some time. And I tell myself, somehow I believed Kareem Marcel was going to throw his hat in the ring for Laventille West. I was not surprised at all when I heard he was the choice of the women's league, the PNM Women's League in Laventille. But from what we're hearing now is that some bigwig in the PNM decided that the election, or the vote rather, has to be done over because, you know, there was a leak, so to say. So we will wait to see how this turns out. Now we know there are two contenders in the race, and now we know who they are. So we're going to see who the party group support.
So Aisha, who's that big wig you're talking about?
Well, so I hear, you know, I just hear it through the grapevine. I hear it.
Yeah, Aisha.
Yeah, that's what the team was. She know this guy now.
Aisha, you're real good on what? Aisha, you're a big wig in the PNM.
Yeah, I hear so.
To me, Regis Robinson.
I hear a big wig.
Yeah. You can say the newspaper said that the lady chairman or lady vice chairman said that the polls was rigged.
Yeah.
And they had to do it over. Is that simple? So they could pick Phil Gerald Hines. Is that simple?
Okay, let me take this call.
Take it.
WZYE, you're live. Mr. Brooklyn.
Hey, good night, Uncle Tommy.
Same to you, sir.
You hear me clear? Good night, Aisha Wells up on street.
You're very clear. Go ahead, make your contribution.
Aisha Wells.
Yes, Brooklyn.
I just defend you all the time. I can't defend you this one with Wall Street. You know pretty well who was taping. That is the PSA hater that don't like Wall Street was taping.
I don't know that.
Big taper, video taper, everything she taping.
I don't know
so
that.
I can guarantee 100% sure it's Jenny taping.
I don't know that. Listen, I don't have that information. I do not know.
No, you don't have it, but I can tell you she's the PSA hater and she's the one who video for the last year when she taping. Yeah. You understand? So I just called her that what she know who was the one recording, and you know what? They tried to push Kareem Marcel behind like a back runner to try to set up Hines, but Rowley don't want that. And they had to listen to what Rowley want that gun.
Oh,
thank you for your contribution.
Oh, thanks. I don't understand.
If that is the case, why would the PNM not want fresh blood in Laventille? I think that would be an awesome thing for somebody young and bright with new ideas who live in the community, who from the community to govern the community. Why will they not want that?
But I should ask the question we had to ask you.
You had to ask me.
Yeah, because they didn't want you.
So, or they could go back down the road, or they could dig up the whole thing. Yeah?
But Aisha, why didn't want you, Aisha?
What I can say is this.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it appears, and I'm talking from my personal experience, that there are some people within the PNM's hierarchy who still wants to hold a level of control in who comes into the door and who stays on the outside. For instance, in my particular instance, when I wanted to represent Port of Spain South, I had the support of the party groups, correct? But I had a whole runaround in order to get my nomination papers in. So I don't know if you remember how that went down. I had to send my nomination papers via courier, and then I had to send my money to pay via Western Union. They was not accepting payments from me. Every time I tried to make payments, they were running me around. So I had to send it via Western Union. And Camille Robinson Regis in an interview came out and said it was the first time somebody who wanted to file nomination papers had to do it that way. So it was new, because as I said, I saw my challenges, but I was eager to put myself forward at the time. Leading up to the screaming, of course, there was mudslinging. There were persons who felt that I should not have been there. So the campaign against me was heavy. Although I had a few supporters who came down to WZYE House to support me, I had a few people who were also there to boo me and to shout cuss words at me. Let me say good evening to Paul. Paul was one of them.
Paul cuss you?
What?
Nah.
One of them at WZYE House.
Wait now. The Paul who now pay them again?
Paul was one of them who did not.
Aisha, Paul?
Paul
Paul now?
Paul was one of them. I can just tell you from who I remember seeing. I remember seeing Paul. I remember seeing Julia Davy. I remember seeing a couple of them faces who I knew.
Aisha, well, Julia Davy was cussing you too?
Yeah, they were not in support of my nomination.
Oh, good. Jenny was there too. I feel Jenny was there too.
I don't remember seeing Jenny. I really did not remember seeing Jenny.
What about the pastor of the internet search engine name?
No, the pastor of the internet. I didn't see the pastor of the internet search engine name.
What about Bruce Payne? Bruce Payne was there?
I did not see Bruce Payne. I did not see
Bruce
him.
Payne wasn't there. All right.
Tell you, if you're not strong Wall Street, it can be very traumatizing. So I hope Kareem Marcel is strong, because when you see they don't want you, boy, it's bacchanal to try to get into that circle.
So Aisha, I have two chances, slim or none.
Absolutely. No.
I have. Yeah, even I want to have until West cancel Christmas.
Yeah, forget.
Oh God, oh Lord.
I personally felt that my challenges was bad from the beginning. Like I said, leading up to it. And when I got in the room with the head table for screening, my questions were weird. Like it wasn't regular questions you would ask someone, I would assume the questions would have been, well, Aisha Wells, what is your plans for Laventilla? Those were not the questions. The questions were more on a personal level, like, for instance, I remember one person at the head table asking me about an incident what occurred with my children in school, and I spoke about it on the radio, and then somebody else asked me about sometime I had a protest and Gladiator was there. In my humble opinion, I felt it was not questions related to what I wanted to do for the community, because I went there. If you see the stack of papers, Wall Street, I had a stack of papers like if I go in before a magistrate. I was prepared for every question. Whole week I rehearsing. I rehearsed morning, noon, and night. I in the car going up there, rehearsing. They're gonna ask me this, they're gonna ask me that. When I got in front of them, it was like a visa appointment. When they go for your visa in Port of Spain, they just tax you to bring a stack of papers and they don't look at it. I went through that experience. They didn't look at any documents that I had, none of my qualifications, nothing of the sort. The questions, in my opinion, like I said, they were not geared towards bettering the community or what I would have done for the community. They were basic, and in a few minutes, like about 5-6 minutes, I was out of there. Since then, I knew that I would not have been the candidate.
All right, let's take over Defender again. Go ahead, MD.
Wait now, Aisha, well, the same Paul who's calling that he love you. I love you, kill. Looking at it. Who run here?
I am telling you, Paul was one of them.
I didn't know that, Aisha, I didn't know that, I didn't know that.
One of them.
And Julia Davy. Well, I could understand Julia Davy.
Yeah.
I could understand, but Paul, boy?
Paul was Paul. Somebody chain up Paul, boy. Somebody chain up Paul. That one hurt me, I like Paul. I did always like Paul. And to see Paul out there with that placard, and they had jerseys and things. There was uniform there. Wall Street, they were planned and prepared for.
Hello. I called to talk,
Sorry, I'm over the
Go ahead, move Defender. Go ahead.
But I know what was going on here. Anyway, Wall Street, you see, I'm not talking about me. I ain't talking to Wall Street, because Wall Street was not paying them too.
Go ahead.
Uncle Tommy.
Go ahead, sir.
Uncle Tommy. You hear a girl admitting on radio that the PNM drag she, run she, treat she bad, and she's still supporting them. Uncle Tommy. Uncle Tommy.
Something's wrong with
that. Wall Street.
Something's wrong with
that. Wall Street right now. I remember Wall Street in the living room with email gates. Know it was wrong. And still put the PNM on me. That's why I don't get to watch like something like Uncle Tommy. Uncle Tommy is the only one I realize I can reason with on this level. But I believe what she set up I should tonight. I don't care what nobody says. What she do this was spy. I'm telling you. Because I shot the road. She wanna call Sharon Felix name too. And Sharon Felix Wall Street.
Paula, to be honest, I did not see Sharon Felix as part of the protest. I talk about all who I see. I did not see her there.
I'm talking about who talk about the radio.
Oh, okay. Right, go ahead.
We talk about these imagine worship.
Yeah.
Worship, I want to tell you something here tonight. We're going to be more stuck. You know who was one of Aisha supporters down there?
Who?
Heavy Dutino.
Oh, Heavy supported Aisha?
Yes, Heavy support.
Heavy was done by his house.
He was there. Anderson Wilson from the Beatum. Anderson was one of my supporters too. Anderson was there. Yeah.
Them
we go open that kind of women tonight, God.
Yeah, them still
Thank you for calling.
Yeah, they were there. They came down and that support, boy. I tell you, it wasn't easy, you know. It was like walking into the Lions Den, you know.
But Aisha, just before I take my exit, Aisha, if the PNM was to approach you tomorrow, in order for you to become the representative for Lavantil West, would you consider it, Aisha Wells?
No. Here's why.
Aisha Wells, wait a minute. Jack Warner said yesterday is yesterday and today is today.
I understand that, and to me it has nothing to do with my feelings being hurt because they turned me down once before. I think, in my humble opinion, that they're not serious about doing better for people in my community. They're not serious about it. And for that reason, I will respectfully decline. You know, anybody else go there, I wish them the best. They have my support for 100. But as for me, I don't think I'm cut out for it.
All right. So Tommy, I have to make my exit. I have to go to my meeting. So I'm leaving you with the talk, with the
Queen of Talk.
The Queen of Talk. All right. I go on later.
Aisha.
I'm here.
So we fly the plane by ourselves now.
Yes, we by ourselves.
So
Tommy, what's your take on what you see transpired with the video that was out there yesterday?
Well, guess what? Nothing surprises me when it comes to dealing with Trinidad, especially when it comes to PNM business.
Okay.
Nothing surprises me. I realize that Bacchanal is part of the apparatus.
You think that they're gonna put Gerald Hines back, or they may just turn around and give Curry Mark support?
It's all up to the king.
So if that is the case, then why are party groups and members of the constituency asked to make a decision? If when they make a decision, the decision can be overruled. What is that about? Then they should just select who they want to go, and then that's that. Then have the people believe they have the power to select who they want, and when they do, the decision is overruled.
They needed to feel the pulse for the people. When you really think about it.
Again, I think the people of Lavantil have been extremely vocal in how they feel about the current member of parliament. It's not the first time that the community have shown how they feel about him. You know, if we could remember from as far back as to on walkabouts, how the community would have jeered him. And then there was the incident with him on the beta, man. There's a number of things.
And the
Go ahead, Tommy.
I'm saying there was the incident with the water being. Let's take this call.
Yes, go ahead.
WZYE, you're live.
Hey, good night, Mr. Tommy. Good night, Miss Aisha. Hey, Mr. Tommy, I think it's top of the hour and I go wait to make my comment.
You are right. It is the top of the hour.
Yeah, I'll wait to make my comment.
All right. Stand by. Yeah, Aisha, I'm gonna.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna do this top of the hour thing. I'm a little bit off guard here, but let me do this.
Sure.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE LP 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM.
Go ahead, Mr. Florida.
Hey, yeah, good night again, Mr. Hansen. I'm Mr. Tommy. Good night, Miss Aisha. Good night to everybody on the live and the chat, all the callers. So Mr. Tommy and Miss Aisha, even though they reject Fitzgerald Hines, who you think who will be running on that platform, on that constituency to win? They know they have that section seated off. So they don't really care. Because even if they don't like Fitzgerald Hines, they're not going to vote for any NCA, whatever, with Gary. They're not going to vote for what his name is? Abu Bakr. They're not going to vote. They will still vote for the PNM. So they know they have them. All they will do right now to bring them back in the game now, they're disgruntled. They will just give them little trinkets and they will help this one and one or two of them. But at the end of the day, that seat is locked for PNM. And I see that this is the problem we have in the country. No seat in Trinidad and Tobago should ever be safe. It should be something that they will fight for. And Miss Aisha and with the next guy named Corinne Master, they would not give you guys that, because if you guys get in parliament and all become a IMP and all start helping all the citizens and in that constituency, it'll look bad on the rest of them. They want people in that party who have the same bureaucracy and help people a little bit and help the so-called 1% more. So all you gotta do now, Mr. Aisha, if you're going back, just turn heater and say you're not gonna help nobody and follow the narrative. Because if you have 4 valves and 3 of the valves shut off, but 1 valve open, everybody go to that valve open to get water. Look, listen, Mr. Tommy and Mr. Aisha.
Thanks for your call.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Aisha, what do you say?
I think that this opportunity is given when fresh blood, young blood isn't sought to represent the communities. You know, young people have so much potential to do greatness. What is the sense that these actors have gone to these positions? Go ahead and take the call.
WZYE, you're live. You're live.
Hello, good night.
Yeah, ZYE, you're live.
Good night, Queen Atok, Ashaisha, and good night, Uncle Tommy. I joined the program later. I didn't pick up, but what Aisha said, she went for screening for Lavante West or East.
I went for Port of Spain South.
Oh, okay. But Aisha, you know what UNEP had a rift for why they were so hostile, using the word hostile to you. And if you know you had done something wrong, that really, you know the PNM philosophy, as the Prime Minister said, will kill you politically. So anytime you go against the status quo, you know what is the outcome of it. I think you're in the party and you're around the party a long way to know what PNM is all about. So I don't think there was nothing that shouldn't surprise you, Aisha. You figure the PNM is some kind of have any kind of transparency when they put somebody under the bus on. You should know better than that, Aisha. So why you don't go independent? Why you don't go other party? Well, from since the last show you keep the last time with Uncle Tommy, I stifled that. I don't get the drift why you was certain questions, you was timid now. You understand? So and I just call and say, but they have that seat, they have that place. Look, I think this election will be a very different election of a lot of surprises, right? And PNM in for a fight. Although the PNM is a well-oiled political machine, but this election will bring some kind of difference to Trinidad and Tobago. And I said, I can't understand all you and when I had to watch some of the names you called, I had to watch a difference. Because I said, the caller said that if you go there, you will make a difference and you will help the people. You know what is the order, the code under the PNM. You understand? It has certain, I'll put the word influence, politician. You have to go with the status quo. Or they can come in there as you come and do what they want. So I looked around and listened. I want to hear your feedback on my if I make any sense, or if I trying to, show more, just trying to degrade the position that they went through the other day, or trying to be sarcastic. But you know what the PNM game. I'm from Carnage, I the person who called you when you was on the radio. I use psychology on you when I talk about the fish fries. Because one, I forget the guy who called and he got this journalist. So I just called to say he was a journalist. Why you ain't going to interview the full fish fry? He was down there on many occasions. You see all the PNM appointees who was running the booths and them, right? And the people from day one who put on the name to get these booths and the fish fries, they was never given the opportunity. So I am personally around. I know what the PNM gives. Locked on listening.
Thank you so much. All right, so I have never been to the fish fry. I don't know what was the operations and the running of the fish fries, and if you mistaken me for someone else. So I just want to clear that up, one. And two, I have no shame in discussing what happened to me at screen, and I talked about it on the radio on my show. It's nothing to be ashamed of. And at that time, I was a sitting councillor for the Spain South, and I just wanted the opportunity at that time to represent the constituency. Having one foot in the door, I felt it would have been a easier stepping stone to get to the other place. However, I was going up against the chief whip at the time. Marley McDonald was a big wig.
Correct.
I felt that the treatment I got was because I set out to challenge the big wig. Leading up to screening, there was a lot of people who spoke to me privately who were in the PNM who said to me, Gail, don't do it. You'll be committing political suicide to go up against Marlene, leave that alone. But I am the type of person, for me, when I'm determined to do something, I don't care what people have to say. I think that's been my track record in the PNM forever. Like, when I am displeased about something, they will always know. When I have something to say, I will always say it. When I have something to do, I will always do it. I don't like being silenced. I don't like being bullied. My track record in the party speaks for itself. However, at this particular time, I just decided that I personally don't think that they are serious about wanting somebody to actually go into the community and get it work done. I just don't think so. And now what has happened with this coming out of this video like yesterday, it reaffirms what I am saying.
You know, we have discussed it before about independent representation for areas that are being taken for granted. Do you believe that the population is ready for that, or the voters in that particular area, in those particular areas are ready for independent representation?
I personally feel, Tommy, that this, according to what the caller from from Caroline says, this election is going to have a lot of surprises. I believe a lot of people has reached to the point that they're not going to take what they have foisted on them. People are at a mindset now that is either they get up and do it themselves, but they're not going to be bullied by their leaders. And I believe people may just rise up from the community as independent and represent. You know, I believe that people are at, how worse things could be. I think people are at a point that they are willing to stand up and say enough is enough. So
Yeah.
while you're accustomed seeing things done one way, I believe this time around it may not be done that way. People not going to take the leaders that they put on them anymore. This is just my opinion. I can be wrong.
And what happens that I'm sure by now they're realizing that social media goes a long way and can go even further than regular media
Yeah.
nowadays, you know. So they have a new outlet when it comes to advertising their position, but when it comes to seeking political office.
Yeah. I just believe a lot of things that was allowed to foster in the earlys with our parents and our grandparents and us, not going to happen with this generation. They are a generation of what now.
Yeah, let me take the call. WZYE.
Mr. Answer, Mr. Tommy and Mr. Isha. Mr. Isha, I understand what you're saying here, I'm going to be quick. But with the protests, you remember in 2010 to 2015, there was massive protests down on that side because they didn't like what the UNC was doing. So if people disgruntled and they don't like what the leaders doing and they're thinking they're going to have a change in this, with the protests,
so
with the videos, with the people that are social, as Mr. Tommy said, the social media exposing everything. Nobody not taking videos of the community and showing anything. So I don't believe that. I believe PNM have those seats locked, and they know they have it locked, and they will always have it locked. So I will listen to what you had to say.
Mr. Florida, I hear what you're saying, but like Aisha is saying, it's a new day.
And the thing about it is, Mr. Florida, people are looking for signs from yesteryear to determine how people feel. So you're looking for a protest to tell you that people are fed up. But guess what? Have you really checked out this generation, whether if protesting is their thing? No, protesting is not their thing. Protesting.
Talking about when I mean protest, I mean a digital protest, you know.
But you
be viewed on social media, not just do dance videos.
Mr. Florida, you see it on every newspaper article. You see people in the comment section telling you exactly how they feel about the article. You see people posting videos on TikToks telling you how they feel about the crime situation, telling you how they feel about the issues. So I don't understand. You're looking for the same old time method to tell you that people are vexed, but people telling you that they're vexed now, they're just not doing it the way that they are accustomed to. They're not doing it traditionally. This generation believes that protests got their parents nothing, it got their grandparents nothing. Have you ever seen something coming out of a protest? No, they're not going to do that. What they're going to do is they're going to take to their phones and they're going to tell you how they feel, and they've been doing that.
Well, you see, and that is really the problem. Social media don't really have an effect in Trinidad. To this extent, maybe probably later on. Remember, we trying to be to do digital protests, be online and do protests, right? It's happening in other countries, but I don't think Trinidad ready for that yet. I think we still have to go with the old traditional ways. And when I mean protest, I don't mean to be violent, I mean do your placards, do your sign, get up, stand up, let people know we had enough. Probably maybe in the next 10 years, Trinidad will reach that way when the digital era and everybody put out. But that would make sense here because look how much videos they have out there. But yet still, this government not listening to the people, they're just ignoring it.
Okay,
so I'll go here now, so somebody else call. So thank you very much. And you guys, great program.
Thanks for your call, Mr. Florida.
Yeah.
Mr. Florida, I want to disagree with you that the videos are they are. I think this is an outlet for people to talk about how they feel about issues. Everybody have a phone, everybody have an opinion, and they've been giving it. They're not going to do it the traditional way. The traditional way is what our grandparents used to do. Don't operate like that. Take the call.
WZYE live.
Hey, Kana's caller again. I just want to touch on what Aisha just stated. I know she just said thing like the gentleman who just called. He's from Florida. What you have to do is, I'm a personal activist for the car Nigeria, and I be on the ground, and I more interact with young people. And young people, have no time to come out and march, right? They know what is taking place. You see, we are in the period of information and technology, and social media bring a lot of awareness to people. And if you go through social media and I see that a lot of young people are talking out about how frustrated they are, and this system, they come and inherit now, or from the grandmother and the grandfather and the mother and the father. You understand? And people eyes are opening up and people are waking up. You understand? Though you see some people like the old same, set out numbers in the road and protest something. But this government in recognize protests anymore. You understand? You can march until their soul and catch a fire. They will continue to do what they want to do, right? So everybody want the crowd and what happened in 2010 under the UNC, and everybody looking for that kind of style of approach now. But everything is changing, right? Everything is changing. What I see on social media is a lot of young people who are speaking out, right? And they are drawing attention to others, right? So that's my point of view, right? I on social media a lot. I on the ground. I talk, interact with young people, and I know where their mindset is. It's just to get them out for 2025 to do the right thing. Dr. Honest.
Thanks for your call.
So Karanaj is re-emphasizing what I am saying for me, that the young people are not going to do the traditional style that everybody's looking for, which involves protesting. Protesting did not help their grandmother. It did not help their mother. It's not going to help them. They're not going to do that. What I have seen, however, is young people telling their leaders how they feel. I saw just recently one of them MPs walking through Belmont. I think it was Young or one of them on a newscast, and the young man walk off on him. Don't want to hear what he had to say. Young people's style could be a plus or a negative, depend on how you look at it. My only thing is with young people in particular is that they are complacent. They will talk about, you see, I don't like what's going on, but they would not go out to vote. So it has to go out where they are serious. They want and decide to vote for what they want.
Mover Defender is calling again. Let me take this call. Hold that thought, Aisha.
Sure.
Mover Defender, you're live.
Uncle Tommy, I want to respond to Florida. Florida, you know why people would go out and march? Because when they went to the march for COVID, Aisha Wells stay on the radio and call the police. And the police come and tear gas the people of them. So that's why we're afraid to march. Because under the PLM government, they victimize you and they take a heavy hand on you when you stand up. So we have to protest with the fingers, Mr. Florida. We have to protest with our fingers. Right? Because we don't want Aisha Wells call the police again for we. Okay, enjoy your night.
Okay, Mover Defender.
I apologize for all that I have done on radio over the years. Mover Defender. I don't live there anymore. That is my past, Mover Defender. I don't live there anymore. Why do you continue to dwell in my past, Mover Defender? So me laughing.
I can't help it because Brooklyn, let me take a call. Brooklyn, make a contribution. You're live.
Yeah, good night again, Uncle Tommy. Good night, Aisha Wells. No words, keep listening. What Aisha Wells, I will come in defense of you again, as I always does. The caller from Caranage, he mentioned a while ago that he called your show and bring up the thing with the fish fry. And Aisha Wells, he make it seem like if you didn't want to take his claim seriously just now. And I want to tell him he must be truthful. Because Aisha Wells told you to bring whatever documents and information that you have. Even if you want to be on one of her evening shows, she welcome you there. And she said whatever is going on in Caranage, she are willing to have it on her show and bring it to the public. I remember the show. I never used to, it's not one day Aisha Wells I missed it. You understand? So don't come and say as if Aisha Wells didn't take you seriously with the fish fries, because I remember very well, right? So don't come and make it seem like she didn't take you seriously because she was studying not to make the PNM look bad. It was never nothing like that. She told you she's going to work with you, but you had nothing to bring, right? You had nothing, no proof to bring up anything happening. When they talk about the PNM, have their people and they have their certain people that they given boots to and all of that. I remember exactly how the show went, right? So don't feel like Aisha Wells followers is 9-day memory people. And I want to tell Aisha Wells something as well, because just how Paul moved here, just the other day he said burning party card, all the radio station he called, and even on Wall Street program he called and said he burning the party card, he ain't supporting the PNM thing, he go vote UNC 2025. So I wouldn't put it past Paul to come up against you to try to make you and get what you want, and then he come and call your show and talk so nice like if you never did something like that. If I had done something like that to you, I would never call your show and talk to you nice, because I was the person who stopped you from being where you're supposed to be. And these people is people that you can't trust, people that you can't even listen to. And when they call you that, they just get vexed, because them is people that they don't even want to see or hear. You understand? And if that's all the PNM have, as I say, to have there to put to gain their support, waste of time. And I just want to say before I leave, the people of Trinidad and Tobago, a lot of them are very religious with the Christianity thing. And the reason why PNM continue to win the election is because a lot of these African people in Trinidad, because of religion, they is more, but them ain't voting for them Indian, right? So this is the reason why. But yesterday, the PNM party have a bunch of Indian in high position. They ain't seen that. But they will tell you straight. They don't care if the children get killed. They don't care if their mother get killed. But just because they feel like, oh, they don't want the Indian and them there. But I will say this. Anytime the PNM lost this election and the UNC take over, Trinidad and Tobago will come down hard on the UNC. You know why? Because the PNM would leave nothing in the country, and the UNC may have to go to the IMF, because they will make sure to prove a point that the UNC is not good, and they warn you about the UNC. But because the country go back and vote for the UNC, it might be a bigger win than the last time, right? Just because of that, to prove the point that they were talking the truth, they will make sure it have nothing left there for the UNC to run the country. And the UNC would have to go somewhere for float. They may have to face the IMF, because PNM making sure that the country have nothing if they lost this 2025 election. I'm telling you, Trinidad today going to be chaos. Uncle Tommy, you go stay from here and see chaos in that country. I'm telling you, watch and see. I gone.
You know, I beg to differ. Trinidad and Tobago is so blessed that somehow the Creator finds a way to rain more blessing on Trinidad every time we think that we are out for the count. A new blessing is being rained upon us. You know, I just believe there's so much hope for Trinidad and Tobago, that I cannot help myself.
Hmm. You see us coming out of this dark days that we under with crime and all of that?
Absolutely, absolutely. I see. I always say, based on what I saw in the United States, I've been here 52 years now, and based on what I've seen, I know anything is possible. Because we've had some crime hotspots or crime beds or some criminal activities that used to take place in certain places. You go there now today, you never believe that.
Understood.
Yeah, so all we need is the right type of leadership, and we'll be all right. And when it comes to blessings, there's no place on earth I know that is blessed like Trinidad and Tobago. We just don't embrace our blessings, and we are not grateful as we should be for our blessings. So a lot of it wind up cursing us.
So our blessings rather than blessings, they became a curse.
Become cursed.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Caller, you live. Caller, you live.
Yes, good night again to the two hosts.
Night, night.
I have to call back to defend this guy who I don't know I don't know what he's talking about. And let me just run through this as fast as possible. When Mr. Tababi call Aisha a journalist, when you listen to the program, right? Sometimes I don't call her this, listen all the program to get a different perspective of the mindset. I said this evening, let me see if I can play with Aisha. So I call her and say, I said to explain the matter. I said I went to Express News and all of them refusing, right, to take up my matter. I don't like Aisha, and this guy talking, let me finish my conversation, right? And Aisha jump up and ball. So you ain't get help nowhere else and you're calling here for me to help you? And I come off the line, right? I didn't know if she had responded after, but I cannot recall that. Right? And this girl but saying, but I didn't have. She gave me. Aisha gave me opportunity to come, and I don't have no information or facts. Big man, you don't know who you're talking to, eh? You don't know who you're talking to. I don't call radio station or call on a topic to be. I forget whatever. When I'm doing something, you sure Aisha says I'm determined. I'm a very determined person.
Let me ask.
I don't know if I can call the program name, but it's been on a morning. They come up the radio and on the next station. Because when I start the program, I can give you one of the host number and tell them to tell this caller, you might know him, how much information I have now.
Question, I can ask you a question. Are you hearing me? Are you hearing me?
Yes, yeah.
Did you ever talk to me after the program about what was happening in Nigeria? Do you remember that conversation?
Caller, are you hearing?
I'm not getting clearly, go.
Do you remember us having a conversation about the fish fry when I was there?
Did you hear what she asked you? Caller?
I guess let him listen off here. If he does remember, he'll call back.
Caller, Aisha is asking if you remember her having a conversation with you.
Pardon?
Aisha wants to know if you remember. Aisha
if I can remember she having a conversation with me?
Yes.
Only conversation I can record, Aisha told me she tried to belittle me on the radio, stating that because I explained how all the newspaper, they don't want to pick up the issues because of, we know why they don't want to bring the issues into the general public, right? All I can record Aisha telling me, so you ain't get help from the rest of newspaper or what, and you're calling here for me to help you? That is all I can remember, and I hung up. I didn't say a word after she made that statement, right? I cannot record if I did continue listening to the program, but if I continue listening to the program, I never heard she give me that opportunity to bring my documents, because I will have tell that because we have all the information. I have all the documents, right? So this guy calling and saying, but I don't know, I don't need to study. He just trying to be relevant. I know what I call the station and what I receive from my shot. If there's anything else, I swear I did not hear that she gave me an opportunity to come on the show to explain myself. I did not hear that part. Right? If I hear that part, I will be lying. I did not hear that part.
Okay, Mr. Carnage, thanks for your contribution. Listen off air.
Okay.
So, Mr. Carnage, maybe you would new to my style of talk. So, when I give you a sarcastic answer, it's me being me, somebody sarcastic. So, if you call one, and I think I remember now this conversation you're calling about. You called and you was very upset about what was going on with the fish fry. So you were coming across a little hasty on the radio. To me, in my opinion. And when you raised the issue, I did say sarcastically. So wait now, you went all over the place and you didn't get you and you come by me for help. I did say that. You hung up. But after you hung up, I said to you, if you are justified in what you're saying, I didn't say that in these words. I'm just saying what I would have said. If you are justified in what you're saying, bring all your proof, come and sit down, we'll have a conversation about the issue. So Brooklyn is absolutely correct. But you would have come off the line, Mr. Carnage. Maybe you did not listen to the end of the conversation between me and you. You were upset based on how I responded to you. I did open up the opportunity for you to come and sit and discuss the fish fry issue with me. I am never one to shy away from public issues, even when I was on 919 flying a big PLM flag. I always brought two sides of the story, and I would have given you the opportunity to speak. So yes, I was hasty to you when you first spoke to me because I felt you was hasty to me when you first brought the conversation around. So I was sarcastic in my answer. However, I did open up the opportunity for you to come and chat with me, but you probably did not hear it. And when I go back on air, you're free to come and sit with me with all your documents and let us discuss it. I don't have a problem raising the issue. Just wanted to say that, Mr. Carnage.
Yeah, but Aisha, before Mr. Carnage called, I was talking about the fact that somehow I believe Trinidad is a specially blessed country.
Mm-hmm.
What's your thought?
Right.
What do you think?
I think, like everything else, blessings for me. Like everything else, run out. And we are complacent because we believe that God is a truth. We are blessed, and there would not be a.
All right, let's take this call from KFC.
Go ahead and take it.
Yeah, go ahead. You're live.
Aisha,
Oi.
the man cannot perhaps with the first president Carnage, your arms long, with a strong member of the party and the rubbing shoulders. The Carnage first price closed down. Something going on with the sewer. The man want assistance. You can assist the man in any way.
So if it goes down now, that means nobody's operating in it. So what type of assistance would I be able to offer?
Well, they close down the fresh fry down Carnage down there, and that PNM stronghold. They don't want to do anything on the East West corridor. Who consent voting the PNM doing the soft by the plan them right through. I want everyone I have calling from you about boot down there, boy. Maybe any morning program. She have any help, She and boy, she get and she does victimizing people, People with a man tell them who sitting on board and tell them that the screaming your call and so every 60 minutes so I'm going to hand it up and get your name and all kind of thing and try to victimize you. I got a place with them in Helen. I got planners, man.
Thanks for your call. Yeah, Aisha.
Yes. So like every lesson does run out. And I think our people have been comfortable in their comfort zone, thinking God is a Trinity, we are blessed, not taking into consideration that even though we are blessed, we can still find ourselves in deep difficulty that God Himself may turn His back on. Our people need to wake up and get our act together.
I fully agree that the people need to wake up, the people need to get their act together. The people need to mature, most of all, when it comes to politics, patriotism, when it comes to dedication. And like I always say, we need to look at the watchwords of a place that has shown us how they can do a whole lot with nothing. Singapore.
That story is an extremely, extremely magnificent one, but again, it has to do with their leadership.
Yeah, exactly. But there are other factors too, because if you read Confessions of an Economic Hitman,
I
you would
read it.
you would know for sure that what some may describe as blessing, as far as the economic hitman is concerned, that's a curse, because his job is to make sure that he destabilizes those societies that have all these blessings, these so-called blessings, according to him.
I read the book, would have been maybe 2010, around 2010. It was a very interesting read. It put a lot of things into context for me, what I was suspecting all along. The conspiracy theories became real in my mind, by watching some world events happening and knowing that there are people who are orchestrating it for one benefit or another.
Yeah, because like he said, his job is to make sure that he keeps that society destabilized so that they can exploit
Natural yeah.
so-called blessings and natural resources.
Yeah.
And he goes to any length, because if he cannot do it, then he'll bring in he'll call in the jackals.
Yeah. That book was a good read.
Yeah.
A good read.
Yep. So Trinidad is a different type of place. It's truly a gem in the Caribbean. But leadership is a serious problem when it comes to an analysis of where we are, we should be, and what we are going, where we are going.
Hopefully, Tommy, we wake up sooner rather than later and realize that the road that we are going down now, there is no return. I can't help but again think about how many young men I personally from Laventille and environs who would have lost their lives due to gun violence over the last few years. And I'm saying to someone recently that pretty soon they won't have any young men living in the area. And that is becoming the reality.
But is that by accident or by design?
I want to believe it's by design.
Because I'm sure these youngsters cannot afford some of the weaponry that they are menacing each other with.
No, I don't believe that they can afford it, but I know that, the way how this system operates is that there's always a hidden hand at play.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. That invisible hand is always present.
And I can't help but continue to think about that. It bothers me every time I see a killing. Like today on the news, they're telling us about a young man who was murdered in Maloney area, went to visit his girlfriend, and them fellas in Maloney tell him not to come back in the area because he's from an area that, are opposed to them. Apparently, he's from Silot and his girlfriend live in Maloney. So they saw him and they told him, do not come back. He told them that he's not involved in any gang, he's not involved in any criminal activity, and went back to visit his girlfriend yesterday and was shot and killed. And you ask yourself, how senseless was that? How senseless was that? Was he involved in a gang? Was he part of the people who were against you? No, he wasn't. He was just living in the area.
And you tell me in a small country like that, they cannot identify or find out who are the perpetrators?
They can. I think they choose not to. I think that they just choose not to for some reason or the other. Because when they want to identify the perpetrators of other crimes, they do. When they want to identify the perpetrators who kidnapped the Syrian boy some years ago, identified who they were quickly. And that was...
Let me take this call from Brooklyn.
Take it.
Brooklyn, you're live.
Yes, Uncle Tommy, good night again. And good night to the viewers and listeners. Mr. Carnage, I just want to let you know, I don't have time to call radio to lie. Just so you say I don't know who you is, you don't know who I is. I don't have time to call radio and lie. I is a big man. And you did come to Aisha very aggressive, and you come to she like if she's a PNM and she's part of the problem. And that's why she answer you so. But she did tell you if you have the information, as I said before, to bring it. She did say, right? So don't even call back on that bit. Let the fish fry is closed down. So all the PNM people who you claim, you say you didn't say much. But how I know all of this? You say that this PNM people getting the boots on them, and not people who need people who don't need that assistance getting that assistance. And you was fighting against it because you think there was people who were supposed to really get the books, who probably work towards making it happen, and they're not getting the justice that they deserve because PNM friends and favoritism thing. So you brought that. I telling you, I know the program was. So don't think I just trying to make you look small. I telling you, he's a big man, he's a big man. But if we want things to work out, we have to work together. Not try to fight each other. We have to work together and support each other in what we want. I don't know we can be the PNM, Mr. Carnage. I will leave a day. So Uncle Tommy and Aisha Wells. That thing Aisha Wells talk about who was on the opposite side of the fence fighting she, right? When she went up to be a candidate or whatever it is. Gladiator speak about that. I can send the clip right now. And the main person who was in charge of that whole run-ins was because she met Felicia or something in the score. She Gladiator speak about that. And Julia David and the mother of them done fight she. That's how Gladiator had a whole show about that. And he said, poor Aisha Wells, thinking that she could go down there and have the support of the people. And they went against she. Gladiator had a whole show about that. But I just always say, that is the past. And in order to make a change, we must work together. Right? And Aisha Wells have the ability to make that change. If she don't want to go in there as a PNM to make the change, she has to go independent and match up something in Lavantie. Take away something from Lavantie. She's going to take it. Right? If she need the funding, this election might be done today because this election is right next year. But I will say it again. Trinidad and Tobago, Uncle Tommy, you say that how we bless. Blessings has run out, and I will tell you something. God is give. And when you continue taking advantage of the situation, God is making you pay the price. The Bible tell you how much slaves God destroyed for not doing the right thing. How much nations was destroyed for not doing the right thing. It's in the book. I ain't no Bible man, but I know it's in the book. So when you continue not doing the right thing and living by how God wants you to run the country and do the right thing, chaos will come. So you stay there and feel we always have a chance. Just how I shall say chances run out. This 2025 election, if the UNC win, the PNM keep it. And if they keep it, chaos is ahead. That's all I had to say. And all they will live to see it. And if the UNC win, they would not have enough money to carry the country forward the way they're supposed to carry it for the first 3 years. And we know the kind of people we're dealing with. They go turn and say, look, we say wasn't for the Indian and them. Look what they do. The chief still did. They ain't doing nothing. And they go blame the UNC for destruction when the PNM destroyed the country in the last 10 years of 2015 to 2025. They ain't gonna see that. They ain't gonna see that. They go blame the UNC. Watch. They're blaming the UNC when they're not even running the country. That's when the UNC went. Oh God! Uncle Tommy, I'll have a good night. I'm gone.
Thank you. Good night. What say Aisha?
You know, Brooklyn is one of those people who are always passionate. When he talks about me in particular, because Brooklyn had seen my development in radio over the last 17 years. When you see Brooklyn come out to defend, Brooklyn just come out to defend. You know, you believe in the Aisha Wells, and I'm always grateful for Brooklyn and people like him. Take it. You take it.
Look like we're gonna have a little tit for tat going on here tonight. Let's take over Defender.
Go ahead.
What Defender, you're live.
Brooklyn, you really defending Aisha, boy. You defending the problem, boy, Brooklyn. And Uncle Tommy, I agree with that man from Canada. Here why? At time I was calling Aisha program because I wasn't getting paid from agency. I think me the same answer. You should tell me now. You can give I owing you. That the type of person Aisha is, Uncle Tommy. Brooklyn defending wrong. Brooklyn defending wrong. Aisha tell people to take the vaccine. And how ivermectin is horse medicine. So me defending Aisha for nothing until Aisha come back out, Uncle Tommy, and come out on the streets like how she said come out when she Red Army and stand up for the people and stop tiptoeing around Manny's house. Brooklyn, you're defending wrong. Brooklyn, stop defending wrong. Aisha went to come out and stand up. Imagine what she's asking Aisha question. And Aisha still tiptoeing. The Prime Minister should have been in the funeral. Because it was the same man carrying the document to Patrick Manning. For Patrick Manning to sign for Rowley to be the political leader of PNM. So Dr. Rowley should have been in that funeral. And I should have went to keep on that question tonight. Brooklyn, stop defending wrong. Brooklyn, stop defending wrong, Brooklyn. I gave me that same kind of answer when I was calling him about agency wasn't paying me. I asked many readers if I get on she owing me, why I call to air my frustration Uncle Tommy and telling her I'm hearing from Aisha. So I agree with that Canada's caller. That's who Aisha is. Enjoy your night, Brooklyn. Vex with me now.
Aisha, you're getting looks like peas.
And I take it a little because as I said to you, I've been saying I have done stuff and said stuff in the past that may have offended people. I am human, and I usually match aggression with aggression. That is my toxic trait. I'm across aggressive to people who call.
I have Karanaj calling back.
Go ahead.
Karanaj, you're live.
Yes, this conversation going three-way on the line.
Yeah.
I just want to tell Mr. Wall Street, right? When you make your first comment, the reason I respond to you, you make a statement, I can be stand corrected, that I did not have no information. That's why I did not follow up, right? And I just told Aisha I did not hear because the way how she bring across to me, I feel like she was trying to belittle me. So I believe I come off the line, right? Well, unless either man is working tandem, I don't like unfairness, right? What is going on in my community, right? I am standing up for the unfairness that this administration has given to us for the past 26 years, as Dr. Raleigh was the MP for here, for Carnage, right? We have seen no kind of improvement in our area, what they're putting out for us there, we are not accepting that. Just imagine in our area called Scorpion, people living on to do the daily chores, river water and rainwater, right? No pipe-borne water, right? We have a lot of issues in Karanach and its surrounding. Aisha, you know Mr. James Thomas, God is rest his soul. I listened since Mr. James Thomas calling you. But in the funeral, my family member was there. You meet my family members. You might know me in person, but you know my family member, right? And if you know Mr. James Thomas, and me and Mr. James Thomas was very good, right? So I will leave it at that. The only reason I respond to Mr. Brooklyn is because he said that like I didn't have no information, and I was just trying to be mischievous. It's come across to me like that. But me, he had to fight with Aisha, and I know Aisha, her program. I know what she stands for. I think I raised the same thing when he was there as a guest of the Red Army. You understand? I know how she defend the PNM. So when she get on me anyway, I know that it was just a defend. She trying to defend political parties and her friends in the Cardinals Fresh Fries. But Aisha and Alex, I don't know how we will go forward with this. But my issues are the unjust. What take place? We have all the documents. We have the process. They don't went the way that how they were supposed to deliver with this Fresh Fries, and we even reached after the freedom of information, and they are refusing. So we have other steps to take to bring into highlight in this matter. The media refusing, we know why. And I think I rest this case for the night and move on to something. We have too much issues in Karanach. We have a country to save. And as the last caller said, Aisha, same way we used to bring on the Red Army. You're a very influenced person. Bring on the people to get rid of this vindictive government called the PNM. Locked on and listening.
Okay, thank you. Hopefully that has been laid to rest at this particular time and we can move on.
I think again he's mistaken me with somebody else because I was not at Mr. James' funeral. He mentioned that at his funeral and I was to somebody, one of his family members. I didn't attend. But thank you, Karen. Thank you. Take the call.
This is Florida.
Sure.
Yeah, Mr. Florida.
Good night again, Mr. Tommy, and good night, Mr. Aisha. Mr. Aisha, I know too much about you, right? How long you was a PNM activist for?
Many years. Let me just put it that way.
Right. Right. So many years, right? So in this many years, do you think that the PNM did enough for the people in these areas?
No, they have not. They have not.
So why you still support them for many years for?
Because in my opinion, I was of the belief that the people wanted the PNM. The people from Laventille will vote for nobody else other than the PNM. And if I have to help the people in Laventille, then I have to be a PNM to help them. That was my thinking at the time. Because if I went to people at that time and I did not support the party, the people would not want to hear me. So I believed I had to be in the party in order to help them. I was in the party. I represented them as a councillor. So I saw ways of trying to help the people while being in the PNM. I hope that answered your question.
All right. So you was trying to do was trying to fix the broken record that is the PNM.
Well, not necessarily the PNM. I was trying to fix the people from my community who loved the PNM, who would only welcome a leader that came from the PNM.
All right, thank you very much. I understand what you're saying, Nadia. Right, so I agree with you. So we don't bash here. Nobody's going to stop bash here. Nobody's like, no, leave Miss Aisha alone now. All right, look on this then.
Over Defender is a love-hate relationship. Over love Aisha.
It's a good thing you know what you're working with.
I know what I'm working with. I know what I'm working with. I am not even mad. The man was in the savannah when I called the police and he gets tear gas, Tommy, and from since that, Mover Defender has a love-hate relationship with Aisha Wells. Don't care how much I apologize to Mover Defender, that tear gas really upset him. So he will forever be upset with Aisha Wells, and I can't be mad at him for that. I can't be mad at him for that.
Well, as long as you have a contrite heart, that should be Forgiveness should not be a problem.
I think Mova Defender will forgive me when it is a come out from the PNM and a cussing them stink. I think that is when the forgiveness from Mova Defender would come.
So you're so heavily involved with the PNM, Aisha?
No, actually, I have not been for quite some time. I'm not really involved in politics on a whole, actually, for quite some time. Tommy, I kind of get a dislike for politics over there, But I think when the time,
I think KFC is calling to probably dispel what you're saying. Let's see what he has to say. KFC, you're live. Go ahead.
Yeah, good night. Yeah, good night, Uncle Tommy and the Queen. I surely might ask you if you're activist. You're activist in PNM. Say you just kill us and boy. They still activist at the PNM. Because they're dancing. Watching question, and then I come out and talk everything that's going on under the PNM. And again, customize under the PNM. You can't get customized for that because they ain't getting nothing under the PNM. I don't afraid to talk about because about the PNM. The PNM not, and the police was called, they're not one at them, and I'm suffering in silence, and I'm still going back and vote the PNM. I for me, so screwed, you can put a crap on it, they still go back and vote the PNM. So the police was called, they have to wake up and start voting and race, and put that opportunities for the younger generation who are coming up here. The PNM is going to search for another man called Rowley. Nah, boy.
KFC. I guess he's gone. He's gone. He's gone. Aisha, people, at least our callers are saying one thing that I hope is getting some kind of traction.
Which is?
Enlightenment of the people.
Again, I will say it this way. I believe the people are at a stage now where they will not take blame anymore from those in authority. They will respond at the polls.
We will see. We will really see if that is the case. Over Defender.
Take him.
Rolling back. Over Defender.
Uncle Tommy, it's top of the hour, but let me take one quick thing before you go. Top of the hour after hang up, right?
Yes, sir.
Aisha Wells, it's not because I only the tear gas make it get worse. Aisha Wells, you know why I'm so upset with you?
Tell me.
I can remember as a youth, lie down my house, don't know what to do again because I had pressure. Right? UNC was in power. The People's Partnership. I decided I go and change my life from coming off of the block. I decided to lie down and listen. Aisha Wells all day Uncle Tommy. Aisha Wells made a call for us to come down to the parliament because the UNC was bringing a runoff bill. Nothing to do with crime, nothing to do with high food prices, nothing to do with the state of the economy, nothing. Runoff bill, Uncle Tommy. Uncle Tommy, I run out my house. And I run down by that parliament. And the amount of people Aisha Wells brought out that day, Uncle Tommy, for less than what's going on in the country right now. Until that day, Aisha make a call for the people to stand up again to happen to me now. I will not forgive Aisha. And Uncle Tommy was getting one quick one about this tear gas. He was hurt about this tear gas, Uncle Tommy. Because as she just said, I was riding. Uncle Tommy, when that police team come and she did that tear gas, Uncle Tommy, you see police who was not in that team have to run also, you know. Because they wasn't even prepared for what happened. Uncle Tommy, they run up, they sit down to these vendors who was selling in Savannah. People in traffic. Everybody was tear gas that day, Uncle Tommy. So forgive me if I have these things in my mind still. I just told you, Aisha Wells made me come out as a youth by the parliament when the parliament was still in the waterfront.
Okay.
For less than what happening in the country right now, Uncle Tommy. Uncle Tommy, hear me out, please.
Yeah, I hear you.
So what is the difference now with Aisha Wells not calling the same with me? So what we're going to be dying, Uncle Tommy, right now? Food price high, gas bill high, the roads are a mess. So forgive me, Uncle Tommy, it's not a hate Aisha, you know. I want Aisha wake up. Because I can't, she rightfully just said, Aisha, the cat do you want the gun do you? What are you waiting on? And then I told me, top of the hour.
Yeah, thank you. I said stand by.
Top of the hour.
Stand by.
It have our place, WZYE, where they treat you like friends and family. So if you're looking for a place to belong, going WZYE, you could come along.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM.
We're back. I see Miss Arima in the chat. She says, Aisha head shaking. Miss Arima, I'm taking my blows. I am taking my legs. Broad. Okay, everybody.
Mr. Brooklyn.
How they feel. I know Brooklyn coming out to defend the defense. Let me say one time, Brooklyn, do not defend me. Let me take my blows. Go ahead.
Brooklyn, you're live. Go ahead.
Good night again, Uncle Tommy, Aisha Wells, viewers and listeners. And I want to say, respect to Mr. Carnage, because that's what we need to do. We're not here to fight, you know. We're not here to fight. We're here to work as a team. So I want to say respect. And I want to tell my partner, I'm over defender, when he make a contribution just now, say, get vexed with me now, Brooklyn. I would never get vexed with him over defender. Because I know if Aisha has something tomorrow morning, you go be there before me. So I not your boy Kingsley. They get vexed with you, I fight you radio. Over defender. It's not Kingsley. So I ain't get vexed with you at all, yeah? You know why you're speaking, and I understand that because you speak this way, Aisha Wells had a whole show where she apologized on that whole gas thing.
Yeah,
that's what you remember, right? So, yes, because of your behavior and the way you speak, your passion for what happened, because she did that on the radio, and even children was in the protest who get tear gas as well, little children, 4 and 5 years. I mean, you can't blame Aisha for that. You have to blame the police and the people who make, that decision to tear gas these innocent citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. But what happened after that tear gassing? In a real country, in an African country, the people who was out there, it would have tripled that. The next day, after tear gassing little children, the people would have tripled that. The savannah would have been too small for the people out there. And the police and would not know that choice but to back down. You understand? But we're not ready for that yet. We're not ready for that. So we can't sit down here and blame one person for making a phone call, Aisha Wells. She apologized. You have to accept the apology and come and let the people know. Once we had to unite before the others always say. Every time you hear people talk, the Indian and African have to unite. We African have to unite amongst ourselves and stop fighting each other and fight against the enemy. And the enemy is the oppressors. And only then the Indian will feel safe to come next to we. Because I went to school in Chabonas Junior Set, and I didn't know that Indian in that school could have beat me. I come from Mova. Because I was getting trouble in Belmont, the Chancellor, the Chabonas. And they didn't have an Indian could have fight with me in that school. Right? But I was not bullied. I wasn't used to bully people. But I'm saying, we have to unite and stop fighting and killing ourselves first before anybody, the Chinese, the Indian, whoever, come to stand up with me to fight against the evil that oppressing us and making it hard for our children. This is the fight I'm talking about. So I'm not vexed with you, Mova Defender. I ain't vexed at all. You keep your fight your way, and we will work together when the time comes. Trust me. Uncle Tommy, have a good night. I ain't calling back again. I'm listening now.
Thank you.
Thank you, Brooklyn.
Thank you, Brooklyn.
You're laughing, Uncle Tommy. I tell you, Brooklyn is a real Aisha loyalist, you know.
Yeah.
I think it is his duty to call on every program and defend me. He and Kunji just do the same thing. And I must tell them, leave me. My back is broad. I did a lot of things for people to be upset at me about. Let people talk. But Brooklyn and Kunji don't care where, Tabaki too, where they are, they think it's their duty to defend Aisha Wells.
Well, the nice thing is that you recognize as human, you do wrong,
Yeah,
you atone for it.
that's right.
You know, and people who are offended have to recognize that you are atoning for your wrong, and you're ready to move on. And they need to move on too.
Here we move a defender say I have to do for atonement. I have to call out the troops and protest against this government, else there is no forgiveness from him. Absolutely not.
Oh well, I'm sure when the time is right, you'll do what you have to do.
Tommy, you can imagine having the power, and that's why social media, radio, the airwaves is a powerful thing. Eh? You can imagine having the power to motivate people to leave their home, to come out to support you. Mover Defender painted a picture here that you didn't even imagine. He was home trying to change his life according to him, come off the block. And he heard a call from me that brought him out in front of the parliament. So that is a huge responsibility.
Listen, I'm very much aware of responsibilities of sort. Because with 12 people trying hard, I found myself being a leader in my community from time to time. Which
when people give you that power, you have to be able to deal with it wisely, and that is what most leaders don't understand, Tommy. That's why, for me, humility is key.
You have to be humble.
I have to always be humble because leaders make mistakes. I make mistakes, and people believed in me, and because of these mistakes, I would have offended people, or people may have gotten hurt. So I have to always be humble and say that I am sorry.
You have to do consultation and delegation too.
You know, so I'm saying that is an eye opener for me, and for all those with power. They should always remember to stay grounded and to stay humble because you never know where you would end up. You never know what people you may influence or something you may say or do that can change somebody's life in a positive or in a negative way.
But unfortunately, power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely.
Yeah, that's what they say. And I believe that is why so many of these leaders believe that they have to die in office. That they will not walk away from the position no matter what. They're not going to give it up for a young person. They're not going to do it.
So what you do is you make the playbook.
Correct. And you play by your own rules and you manipulate the system in order for you to always be on top.
Yeah, but we the people, we have to put things in place to make sure that we don't set it so that you can be a dictator or a bully.
Yeah.
2 terms.
That's right. But I don't think that politician will support that though, because when they get into office, the system suits whoever gets into office. You understand? So once you're in opposition, it sounds good. I want to do that. But when they get in there, they won't do it because it suits whoever sits in the chair.
Yeah, but the people have to insist and make sure that it happens. The voters have to do such.
Yeah. I'm reading a comment from Darren Reed. He says the opposition leader, then Kamla Prasad Bisesa, said Aisha was one of the best counselors she worked with because she had passion for her constituency. I was a counselor. Kamla Prasad Bisesa was prime minister. So she would have said that no, she didn't say that just so finding me.
We have KFC. You want to take a call right now?
Take KFC now. but I want to do that. You got to get in there.
Good night, Aisha.
Yeah.
Good night, Uncle Tommy. Aisha, I'm bullying all the time, man. What's Aisha watch? She got PNM and she watch it program. And watch it and Uncle Tommy them bad talking in PNM. And now call bad talking in PNM. That why we mushy from 91.9. Because she have a KFC calling, Tabaki calling, 2G calling, Kingsley calling. And she goes to that PNM program. I see the stake. I saw the other Papa. I saw it. You are nothing to lose. And you already influence. We are young people. You mean call a match? I said, you don't see more people trampling me, you know. Because even I don't go, Aisha, wake up. So the watching there, people screenshot to that time. What Aisha said the program there. She would watch it. Aisha, wake up, I still the coffee. I got.
Here's a back analysis. But people call you and they move from 91 from 91.9 back analysis KFC. I have never been afraid to say how I feel, to speak how I feel, to appear in any quarters I choose to appear in. That has always been my style, KFC. So please, people watching me from there, watching me, everybody know my modus operandi. I do what I want, I say what I want, I go where I want. I don't know how to toe lines. I've never learned how to do that. So, thank you, KFC, but that back and I can do without. Donna Ramchan says, good evening, Sister Aisha. Happy Diwali to all. Happy Diwali to you as well. Patricia Reed says, the more I listen, the more it seems and get through are the ones that. But what if
Mr. Florida calling again?
Patricia Reed, I same way I am now if I've gotten through.
Let me take Mr. Florida.
Go ahead.
Mr. Florida, go ahead.
Good night again, Mr. Tommy. Good night, Miss Aisha. This is my last question from Miss Aisha. Miss Aisha, so you see the deterrent factor, the thing they call education right now, let me say for the past 9 years. Let me say if PNM win again the next general election, what do you think the future of these young people through education would look like? I would like your opinions on that. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm trying to figure out how I should answer this.
You're trying to
phrase it for me, Tommy, so I can structure how I'm going to answer this question. What is this?
hold on, Aisha. Hold on. Let me just take this one. This one from Trinidad. Look like Mr. Intellectual.
Go ahead.
You're live. You have Mr. Harper. Harper, you're live. Go ahead, make a contribution.
Good night, Aisha. Good night. I see no was she's not there. Just Uncle Sonny, how are you doing? Yes, good night.
I'm doing good. How are you?
How are you doing, JB?
Hey, how you doing? Question. I want to ask this question. Given that the citizenry only have one say, one vote in an election to create any form of change within a society, how can that one vote accomplish all that we are seeking for? I mean, they're talking about constitutional reform, everything. How that one vote that we have as citizens without a referendum could create such change? That's the question I have to ask you, the panel.
All right, okay. So that one vote that I have, that you have, Uncle Tommy have, that Wall Street have, that nobody Fender has to be given to the person who we believe will create change by giving us what we're asking for. Constitutional reform, giving us, better roads, better drains, employment, etc. That one vote collectively from all of us has to be given to the right person to get the job done. I hope I answered your question correctly.
Yeah, what you're saying is true. But what he's saying, he's making a point also that we can, we should seek to do. We should seek to put things on the ballot. What do you say, Aisha?
I hear that, but until then, that one vote that all of us have to be given to the person who we believe can bring about the change, or we're going to be spinning top in mud.
All right. Okay, but before the call, you were talking about.
No, I was responding to Patricia Reed. Patricia Reed, if I had gotten through, I would have been the same way that I am today. That's probably why I didn't get through.
Nothing happens in a vacuum, and some things happen for a good reason.
I believe that. I strongly believe that.
Yeah.
Which question was Florida's question? He asked a question and I was asking you to rephrase the question about education. Do you remember what his question was?
Yeah, he was saying, wow, that sort of slipped away from me. He's calling.
Could I rephrase the question?
He's calling back.
Okay.
Yeah, Mr. Florida.
Good night again, Mr. Tommy and Mr. Aisha. Mr. Aisha, we are trying to see, right? For the past 9 years under this PNM government, we see the education system failing. We see a lot more fightings at school. We see a lot of children dropping off. We see a lot of children who have devices. What I'm trying to ask you, the question is, if PNM win for the next general election and they're there for 5 years again, what is the state you see in the education factor will be for the young people in Trinidad and Tobago and job-wise? So, look on, listen to the answer.
Okay. So, if we're looking at a pattern steadily decline, so we started off here, but we're way down here. It says to me that over time, we keep missing the mark. We keep missing the ball. We're missing the ball. If we continue going down that road, we're going to miss. Things might be 100 times worse than it was before. Right now, it's 20%, it's 30%, it's 40, it's 50, and it's climbing. So again, it brings me back to what I was talking about when JB Harper asked me about all this that I want to achieve, but I only have one vote. That vote must be given to the person who can bring about the change, Mr. Florida. So, you know how we like to be willy-nilly about elections? This election and all elections should be something that is taken very seriously, and you carefully examine who comes before you asking you for your vote, because you know what you do not want to happen. So I hope I answered your question.
I hope he is pleased with your answer. But do you really believe that the young people are gonna make Mr. Carnage again? It looks like.
I'm getting.
Yes, sir. You're live.
Hey, the night again, Uncle Tommy, Queen of Tyson. On majority of the conversations tonight, from particular the influence that is PNM government in power. And I'm not seeing that from at my level. And I just want to bring some information for the last, I think, 2015, 2010. And the polls for the PNM, they have dropped. It had drastic drop in the two election, right? I mean, the percentage go down. And in this election, the prediction is we will see an increase in voters. And I don't think the increase in voters will be towards the PNM, and I don't think it will go for the PNM. I mean, go for the PNM or go for the UNC. We have, I think, over close to 400,000 voters on the fence line, just waiting for that opportunity to put their vote for somebody who will think they will move this country forward. So I think the increase of the population in this 2025 election, we will see a high increase of the electors coming out and casting the votes. And that will help this election will swing in the way that people will have a lot of surprise at this 2025. Lots of understanding.
Thank you for your contribution. Aisha, you really think the youth are conscious enough to become involved in the election process, or they're just shuffling along? Aisha, your mic's muted.
Let me say this to Anderson Wilson. We become locked on listening. Last night, Anderson Wilson. Uncle Tommy, I am of the opinion young people need a lot of reinforcement. They are very complacent. They also need to be taught the importance of voting. A lot of them still don't understand the importance of voting, because you will talk to them and they will tell you, I don't care who win or lose, and I still have to get up and look for it. I have walked while I was campaigning to different communities and talking with young people, and they telling you, I'm Miss Lady, I hear you, but tomorrow, don't care who win the election, I had to get up and look for it. But they don't understand whoever wins the election can either implement or revoke policies that could make their lives easier or harder. They don't understand based on whoever wins, their lives could be changed. The prices of stuff could either go up or come down. They don't see the importance of voting. So while young people being aware of the issues is one thing, and it's a good thing that they need to be told the importance of voting. Take the call.
All righty. WZYE, you're live. WZYE, you're live. COP.
Good night to you, Uncle Tony.
Same to you.
And good night to you. And good night to you, Aisha Welsh. Good night to you, Mova Defender. Good night to you, Brooklyn and KFC. Patricia Reed, good night to you. Your fingers just look nice like Aisha Wells, no? Your fingernails and them. Show all your PNM people fingernails can look so. Aisha Welsh, good night to you, Wall Street. I know you're listening in the meeting, but Aisha Welsh, Wall Street asked you a question before you was leaving over there. If the PNM asks you to fight for Lavante, your answer no. I would have given 110 out of 110 for that answer, because we could clearly see for the past 20 years, whilst we was in politics, we could see the People's National Movement neglect all the PNM constituency. Aisha Welsh, when I watch and listeners of WAS TV, Trinidad and Tobago too, when I watch Christmas list videos and I see the condition as those constituencies that swear to be PNM until they're dead, I could understand the people and them, but I can't forgive the MPs and them, because the MPs and them have a constitutional responsibility to fix things in the community. The people in the community could just vote. And to be a councillor and to be an MP, to keep a blind eye at the things that matters in community, constituency and electoral district, it is a shame. In my view, It is a shame to see the representation that the people them get in those areas and them. You see the nice speech. You see the nice speech that Dr. Rowley speak in the Diwali Nagar. Dr. Rowley don't go in his constituency and the electoral district where the People's National Movement can don't speak so highly and so positive. He just go in those electoral districts and tell them the children behaving like hyenas in African jungle and wean off the government back and all these kind of nonsense. He just be speaking. Nothing positive. I said, well, if you is the MP for one of those PNM areas and them, you will fight, and you will get more fight from the People's National Movement because the destiny is to leave the people that just so dependent to the government rather than to make the people them independent. It's so sad. In the PNM areas and them, listeners throughout the world, a young 9-year-old boy and a 5-year-old boy and a 12-year-old boy cannot go into the next PNM areas. Otherwise, they will kill them. The little boys and them, they say that frank comment. Don't go there, they will kill you. And that happening for over 30 years in the PNM areas. It's the councillor responsibility to fix that. It's the MP responsible to fix that. It's the government responsibility to stop that and to keep a blind eye towards that. You will do so good, Aisha Welsh, in the United National Congress. You will get the freedom, you will get the opportunity to assist the people in your community. Never get that from the People's National Movement. Mr. Mova defender, leave Aisha Welsh alone. I find it to be real harsh and Aisha Welsh. Why does it be so? Why does it be so harsh? Sometimes laugh and swallow it and say, all right, could you say to leave Aisha Welsh alone? Let me just leave Aisha Welsh alone. For 20 years, when they attack Aisha Welsh, I asked the general public, even the baddest at a talk shows, to leave Aisha Welsh and to leave she alone. But defender, don't be so harsh on Aisha Welsh, please. Thank you. Aisha Welsh, have a good night, and Wall Street, Uncle Tony, have a good night.
Okay, Kunji, good night.
Kunji, I tell you, Kunji and Brooklyn, they think it's their duty to defend Aisha Wells on every platform, on every program. They can't help it.
All right.
They are Aisha Wells loyalists.
It's all good. Yeah, but you were talking about the young people, how they're complacent. But
yeah, they have to be taught the importance of voting. Else, spinning top in mud with them.
Are the politicians really trying to reach out to them?
Yeah. Yep.
Are they dealing with their needs and their concerns?
Who is really talking to them or listening to what they have to say? That's why you have to always keep on the ground,
Yeah, because if their concerns are being met, you will get their participation.
You will get their support. Yes.
Yes.
Let me see some of the comments that's coming in on the chat. Robin Sukrat says pleasant good night. Pleasant good night, Robin. How you doing? Happy Diwali to you. JB Harper says the PNM will never ask Aisha Wells. She's a leader, not a follower. Donna Ramlochan says time for meaningful solutions. We all know what the problem is. Robert Nesbitt says no UNC for her. I can see her becoming even running it.
KFC is calling back again, Aisha. Should I take the call?
Take it, yes, of course, take him.
KFC, you're live.
Yeah, good night. Good night, Uncle Tommy and the Queen. Told you, my brother, so Aisha Welsh, nobody friend now fight. Let them fight after that. But Tunji bring a point there. Dr. Oliver now in the Wali Nagadong, he talk calm, cool and collective and nice. He take it time and real spoken down there. When he needs to corridor, he come and talk and start a jam and she talk. Because he come along and start a old watching and old niggas down in his West corridor. And he can't talk like the panty talk. And when he went to the Prime Minister residence, he find someone that wear and G-string. Nothing positive for the youth of them in the West corridor. They're like, in African jungle. We necessary for the government. With the monkey put in nuts. I said that don't stop them leaders and them be telling the youth of them in the West corridor. It's so nice when they talk calm and collective and real spoken. Wrong Indians and them. You see the Valtera she carry up. He come boy look like he come Ronan Sinanan. Small pen. Minister of Agriculture, Kasim Hussein. Who the Ministry of Kasim Hussein? He come none of the black brothers of British Sinanan and talk with them and they're going to some paparazzi like we went to the paparazzi too. But Dr. Remote disrespectful leaders to you and black brothers and sisters. I shall make up as the fresh coffee now. And come out and talk of the unjust and the evil as the PNM doing. And the PNM like long time, and not Patrick Mayonnaise again and I shall. Right? I look to understand.
Thank you, KFC.
Yeah, what were you doing? Reading the chat?
Right, so Robert says, Aisha, have you given thought to meeting with David Abdullah? David Abdullah is actually a good friend of mine, you know. Everywhere David Abdullah and I bounce up, we show each other real love. I've interviewed David on several occasions. He's a man. Take the call.
Let me take the call. WZYE alive.
Good evening to you, Uncle Tommy. Aisha Wells.
How you doing on this?
Wall Street. Yeah, your partner, they tell you, politics kind of steamy.
Yeah, good to hear you tonight.
Aisha.
Oi.
Yeah, and Uncle Tommy, Wall Street, probably listening.
Yeah,
Kunji, Brooklyn, KFC, Kingsy, everybody, all the colors. It seemed like nobody at all like visualize, I said.
Anderson Wells.
And when you think it's in lab until, I was telling somebody this evening, it's all over the world, you know. That's just Shannon Tobago people don't like that man. And I was still young to know. Now I remain a citizen of Shannon Tobago, eh? And I will always remain supporting the UNC. There are no 2 or 3 ways for that. I have relatives and families PNM. I was still young to know that Curry Marshall is a PNM before he. Still young. Rowley Hines in Brit. Terence Yarlson. Ron Sinanan. I want all of them to have yourself or yourself a Merry Christmas. I'm going with that placard in front of the warehouse. I'm going with John and Stuart Young in front of the warehouse, in front of Parliament. It must have the MC at the end and the M and the Y. After we show you Merry Christmas. People need to stand up. And if all the listening parents, the people will be listening to I want to tell you, you Federal Alliance, you the Minister of National Security. Remember, me and you had to go high court for obscene language. And someone heard when I said, are waiting on them papers. When the papers go come, Aisha, I tell you, Heinz, do fresh your lines. Then go them two little 10, sexy fellas behind you, will just wear them tight pants and them. It could be me and you alone going up high court. You will be a normal civilian. You will no longer be in politics. Your days for politics are numbered. You are one of the most powerful portfolio, ministerial portfolio. The Ministry of Works and Transportation. You did nothing for Creole people. You went in public utilities. You didn't take a youth man from Master, computer man for them in Master. Right? You didn't take none of them in T&Tech. But I know the girl with the big chest, the big touches, Aisha. You imagine her, she's there, that's called she name is Susan. You remember you said by she for election lines? She now came from Grenada, Aisha. And nothing wrong with being born in Grenada. Aisha, 10 times and more I went to Grenada, Carrico, Antigua, London. I travel a lot of places. So I have nothing against Grenadians. When I realized for myself a Grenadian too, my father's name was Alexis. And he gave all of us our mother's name Wilson. You know the little boy who now come from Grenada, you and the mother good Fisher lines. Politically, yeah? Because you used to be there late in the night when it come into election. You used to be up in my street to 10th Street. And when you was coming on 9th Street, you remember Fisher lines? Them fellas stick you up with a gun because they wasn't seeing who was in the car. Yeah, you remember that? But they get cheese below your ministerial portfolio. Susan son who now come from Grenada in Ministry of Works. I didn't want them to see me or none of my family relatives. But you see nobody in the town. You see Miss Pearl who dead with the PNM flag in she hand. Who never Mr. PNM meeting with the PNM flag, always in a Jersey. There, you never some come new man make. You see nobody in Lavantel to put them in the Ministry of Works. Girl, you know about a lady with a driver Lexus Heinz? I want to know a girl from Cash named Tasha, but she hates. She hates. It's nothing nice to say someone is sick, but sickness is anyone. But you have a friend in Cash who are 8 signs. And it's time people get to know you can not. You tell me, since this thing, who put in your nomination paper, who put in, and who put out, and who put in. They say don't talk about times. I said, oh, leave me. It's here I talk about times. I want visualize to know. Rowley, good, that anti-gun. I'm not saying against anti-guns, eh? That I don't like them. I don't like all you. Especially you, Heinz. Especially you. You're a nasty political raper, man. Yeah, the rape, what I should say, the constituents of your constituents. The constituency, yeah, especially the females, you rape them politically. You make them vote for you. You give them promises. And I want to thank the women's league of the PNM. Just for standing up and one person finding that you is a good person. The rest of them like they hate you. I want you to know visualize people don't like you. Right? You must put that to the back of your picky rasta head. And what you feel happened to Richard Martin ain't going to happen to me. Because the Lord said, touch not the anointed. I know all you. I know you, boy, Heinz, boy. You remember how much you pay. You pay. I don't mind going anywhere in any court for saying this. You remember how the fella get the 130,000? You remember when they carry the paper? I want Mohammed about the Muslim man who was up and down with. I want to know about that. Yeah, you remember you pay the first special line? And they tell you if you can bring one more. And man, from top to bottom, the side of it done UNC flag. Because they get 130,000 to remove UNC flag. And you just want to talk about who does the line of every criminal? Remember when I call a fella named Monday? And you remember you call him. And Monday tell me, stop calling my name on the radio. Monday say, Heinz call me. And say you're calling up his name. You remember when during the state of emergency, you went among the platform I'm saying all of this in state of emergency to say these people as your partners and you call Monday and you hook him up. Yeah, that's the kind of friends you have. Yeah, we you can tell, do this for you and do that for you. But come this election and we waiting. We waiting. Laventinians waiting for you. Politically, your days are numbered. Right? You have done nothing in Mova East. You have done nothing in Laventil West. You have done nothing for Creole people. I want to say the N-word there. You have done nothing for Africans.
Are you hearing me?
And nothing for citizens of Laventil West. Huh?
I said
I don't wrap it up by saying, or they will see me from the railroad soon. Very soon. Because you're still young. You know who is lesbian, who is not lesbian?
All right, okay.
And you know who's homo and who is not homo? I wonder where your stepdaughter is. Remember your stepdaughter was one in a dirty mind? I want to become your stepdaughter matter. When it's the next court date, we need CNC3 and the press and TV6 and these people to tell us when is your stepdaughter next court date. Leave all over that one.
All opinions and views expressed by the program participants, including those on social media, are solely their opinions and views and do not reflect the opinions and views of WZYE management and staff.
I had a pretty disclaimer, Gil.
I understand. Anderson was on a roll this evening. Big up to you, Anderson. You and those on the beat I'm locked on and listening. I was trying to get Anderson's attention to question him about the recent information in the public domain now surrounding the video and his Marcel. But
I think he's calling back. Let's see if we can engage him. Go ahead, you're live. No, that's COP.
Uncle Tony, good night again. Aisha Walisha. Uncle Tony, after my brother from the beat up over there, I was to play that disclaimer, boy. That contribution, bring out that disclaimer. Wow, you get frightened. You get frightened today?
No, I ain't frightened. I don't want to. My colleague has a license for this radio station.
You can just say, boy, I have to be responsible. And I could understand.
My colleague,
because I myself was frightened a little bit. But our brother from the beat up over there, he know how to put the words together. But Uncle Tony and listeners and Patricia Reid and all them PNM supporters, David Nackett calling names, and he not calling names in Parliament. He calling names out of Parliament and social media, and he calling the names of the PNM people who interfere with that little boy, and he was drowned in the pool. What was his name again?
Akil Chambers.
The little boy, yeah. Akil Chambers. And the David Nackett calling name, Pigman, who was in the PNM, he died now. And Patrick Manning did fire him because of hearing that. All those PNM people them in the executive who know that, and all them PNM Women's League that know that, why are they keeping a blind eye towards it? And if David Nackett lying, why it is not only put him in court yet? And this David Nackett saying on social media, it have a next one, the second name, because he called the first name or the first man die. He said the next man in Parliament, in government. And these PNM people them keeping a blind eye towards that. So you could tell me, all you will know people that interfere with little children. And all you keep a blind eye towards that. Because all you love all your party. All you just staying quiet for shit, Patricia Reid. Patricia Reid, you even asking how it is Dr. Rowley not investigating that? And what David Nackett saying? Why it is the Female Women's League not speaking out against it. Where is the Haliconia Foundation, the professional, the young professional in the PLM? Only hearing that and not saying nothing about that. Why? What type of people will keep a blind eye towards that? Uncle Tony, if you know the second person, would you call the second person name for the general public to hear what's going on? Because in this country, 2024 alone, over 3,000 boys was molested. Young girls was molested in this country, in homes, and made baby too. And we have no leaders, nobody in authority investigating this. In the Cuba child, in the Cuba place, a young girl speak out against it, they fire she. Why it is you PNM supporters who classify yourself as all again PNM education, all classify yourself as responsible person. Hearing these things taking place and all keeping a blind eye towards it because that is all your party, all you condole that, all you let people interfere with all the children. Thank you, Aisha Welsh. Thank you, Uncle Tony. Take time out of 10 for your program, Aisha Welsh.
Thanks, Kunji. You know, you really had to name them and shame them in some instances, you know. But you have to be able to prove their guilt. Because there's a downside.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, Aisha, we winding up.
Yeah, we coming. So we opening up the lines and allow you guys to get in and have your say just a few more minutes. Speak now or forever hold your peace.
Let's see what's going on in the chat.
Patricia Reed is upset with you. She wants to know why you allowed that Uncle Tommy. I think she's referring to Anderson.
But we don't censor anybody in this chat. What we do is we do our disclaimer, but we don't censor our chat at all, Patricia. And you wouldn't be censored either.
Tommy, by chance, will you be here to cover the next election, 2025? We're going to be doing it from over there.
I should be there. I should be in Trinidad.
Okay. Take it.
Let's hear what KFC has to say. Yes, Mr. KFC.
Yeah. Good night, Aisha.
Good night,
I don't understand. You couldn't only be taken ready to lift up the shoes and go down by the parliament.
They're ready to run out.
Because we want Prim Marcel replace 9 months ago. So let's I don't know that fight. Aisha was passing by, but some routine parasite girl. I can't remember parasite.
KFC, a good thing
I'm parasite on me.
Nah, I'm not home. I'm going out.
You know, and you're baptized, or?
Hiding from demons, KFC.
Yeah, but we still talk about baptism and get rid of the spear, them I shovel.
You easy, you know.
Star Wars Streets, and Uncle told me all about blessed night. I shovel is I get here and tell you the free time that'll come now, man, until you put back your program.
Yes.
Have a blessed night.
Same to you.
Thank you. So I would ask you if you would be here to cover the next election. I can expect to see you on the ground covering the election, Uncle Tommy.
You may see me in the air, but I should be there.
Okay, let's take this.
Let me take this call. This looks like one of our good friends here. Yes, sir.
Yeah, good Tommy. I know you're winding up now, so I'm tell you a good night somehow because I know I think to take a kid after this. Aisha was good night, but Kunji, I will never forgive Aisha Wells and take it easy on Aisha Wells until Aisha call a protest about what is the ills we are facing in the country. Until that day come, Kunji,
You want to come and defend she every night in any program. I will be coming. But also I want to say to Mr. Brother Anderson, Kareem Barcel will feel and see from today or from Monday where barley grow. Kareem Barcel is too good to go up for Lavender East Rover. Kareem Barcel have to don't care about people, hate people, and they will nominate him. And listen, you're supposed to know better. Nothing what they could do or say could stop them from not not putting back up Fitzgerald life. And listen, you know better than that. The only problem PNM have with Hines is that video gets out. If that video didn't get out, we'd have never know what it's done. The man said we still that PNM business. But when the UNC have internal election, it's all on the news. So the only thing Kareem Marcel team did wrong was letting that video get out, whoever said it out. So I understand, I respect you, my brother, but you know better than that. You know the PNM not going to pick Kareem because Kareem going to help the people at the meetup. And they don't want that. They want the people at the meetup to be always one thing. And we all know this is going to die a quiet death. Nobody will talk about the next 2 weeks. Kareem Marcel will get put aside. And on to the next one. Enjoy your night.
Same to you. And thanks for your call. Well.
Take the calls, take
Brooklyn. Yeah, Brooklyn. You're live.
The night again, Uncle Tommy, I said I wasn't calling back, But I hear my good friend Anderson from the meetup talk about Hines just now. But I watch a video where Pastor Google play on 91.9 after the shooting by the school in Laventille, where the children had to dug below the bench. Fitzgerald Hines went up there in the area with a car with 2 speakers on it and was speaking. And Fitzgerald Hines didn't address a certain gang member name by Monday. I hear Fitzgerald Hines, the Minister of National Security, on that video call the person name by Sunday. Because when I look at Christmas list, I heard a lot about this Sunday that Fitzgerald Hines speak about. So, you see why the country in the condition it in? Because I am speaking about what I heard the Minister of National Security said on a speaker in Laventille that his good friend Sunday just organize the youths in the area when it's election time, get them to vote and thing and make sure that everything nice. So I never hear about nobody named Monday, but I know Anderson go call. But I tell you what I listened to on 91.9 when Pastor Google play back that video of the Minister of National Security speaking after a shooting in Laventille. When it's Port of Spain, Laventille, down the where the school was. I think it's speaking the school somewhere down there. Some of them school it had a shooting with the children was all under the table ducking. And the Minister of National Security went in Laventille and was on a speaker on a car with 2 speakers speaking about a certain name. And when I look at Christmas list now, I see a complete different picture. I say he's a good boy. But when I look at Christmas list, it look like it's not that good. So I am mixed up as a person watching from the outside. I don't know what's going on. So I'm just saying, I need Trinidad and Tobago, the Prime Minister, to get things straight, because I hear one minister saying, which is the Minister of National Security, for my safety when I come to visit, and everybody in Trinidad and Tobago safety, that person is a good boy, that is a good boy. And when I hear the foreigner from Canada come, it not look like he's such a good boy. So I am just asking questions, okay? So you know to play disclaimer. Anderson talk. Anderson know he talking, but he's talking codes. Anderson, I like Monday, boy. But I think it's not Monday. I think it was the day before Monday. I gone.
Tell you, it's quite a bit going on.
Yes, a lot, a lot. All right, so is it time for them to put in their closing comments?
Yes, that time. That time. Put your closing comments in the chat. Five minutes before the hour of 10 o'clock.
Yes.
Aisha, what you gotta say, girl? Talk to me.
Well, what I have to say to the people of Trinidad and Tobago is remember the importance of voting. You know, it's one chance you have, and I suggest that you use your chance wisely. I want to also say to Trinidad and Tobago, let us bring back the love. Love is needed in our communities. It is needed in our country. Time to love each other. What is your comment?
I want people to think. I want people to not just willy-nilly and blindly support because somebody else that they love or have known supported this particular or that particular political organization. They have to make demands and think. They have to think. They just can't go blindly. Let's take this call. CYE, you're live.
Good night again. Aisha?
Yes?
You want to ask me something?
I wanted to find out from you, Anderson, how do you feel about what has happened, with the entire move that Laventille West made in support of your nephew, and now it's looking as though they have to go back and make another decision on it. I kind of wanted to get your take on it.
As we always know, like they don't want nothing that they come out of beat them. That's one. But even by law, he's chosen. I think he's powerful enough. I think he had won more matters, whether civil or criminal matters, than Pressure Lines in court, whether high or low court. Also too, he knows about his law. People saying that they will be infringing on his rights. I don't think he will take it lightly. Also too, when you hear people, and I wanted to hear this one nice. But what is your man name, boy? When you hear people like Kidel and them mother saying, their hands only mother so and so. When I hear people like Miss Maisie saying, trying to get youth such as, don't mean tell these people nothing, eh? I try to remember this woman name. Them not supported her and say, yes. And she said, her hands only mother, and his father, and his sister. Said there. When you hear Miss Maisie saying, oh, my hands, she mind the killing. And Kareem Mama support, he's a strong PNM people. And the lady name right there. You see, Aisha, Pressure will get a political fighter in life this weekend. He will be no more needed in Laventille. I don't think if they didn't take Kareem and the people vote for Kareem and didn't take him, this will be the turn of the tide. This is part to see how much Laventille love PNM. Because when you look around, because I can't see their book drive for me, because our family were brought up in social work. When I watch one of the book drive Kareem does, together with the Leaders Minds separate. When you look at sports events, we talk about the football is which is newly started. When you look throughout, also
we have 60% of the black people in the Caribbean over the age of 60 have hypertension.
When you look at when something are leaked and hides and then run on the paper, see and start young, run to the press. They show their weakness, but the education we were brought up with. They was looking out for crime and said to lash back out any papers or not. I only go get that. Only go get. Only begin silent. Crime Marshall have so much of support that Heinz never had 10% of. When that asked,
Top of the hour, understand.
Mama Shama, whatever you need to go through Lavantil, and talk to those in St. Paul Street and talk to them in John and Picton. He called Shoma Wilson. And Shoma said, you see that? I put you on the Korean. And Korean managed to take you to out Lavantil.
Anderson, right? Anderson, you're gonna have to wrap it up.
Okay, but when I take you in the next show, we'll finish this discussion. But if there's anything that are infringing on Korean rights, I think the people of Lavantil will swallow that lightly. At the end of the day, it seems like nobody like Heinz. Nobody. Heinz, you had your time. At the time with Tarshell, with Susan, with that one up in the street by me. And anyhow, Heinz, I tell you, Sunday born on the street, Sunday born, like them as Akido Williams. Right? I don't know how you'll get on to him. But as you say that your partner, I share a good program as usual, Walshy, Uncle Tommy, and everybody. You all have a good night.
Thank you, Anderson, and you too. All right, top of the hour.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio. WZYE 95.9 FM.
Yes, Aisha. Yes. This is a home stretch. You want to make your contribution? Your final words you have to
Thank you for the opportunity to be here. Thanks Wall Street as well for the opportunity to be chilling with you guys this evening. I really enjoyed it. And hope to chat with you guys again soon. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. And I'll have to see who's in. But before, let me make my contribution.
Sure.
This is from Michelle Obama. She says, I always say, if you are married for 50 years and some of them are horrible, you're doing really good. Politically, it's the same thing. But like I always say, you, the man in the mirror, have to become the change you want to see. But if you look in that mirror and don't like what you see, you cannot blame the mirror. Never look down on a person unless you're giving them a hand up. Love you all. Be safe. See you on Sunday, God willing, on our political talk forum. To the Hindus, Shubh Diwali. To those who are enjoying what tonight is Halloween. Happy Halloween, or should I say horrified Halloween, however you want to be Halloween. But it's also Halloween and Diwali.
Yeah.
So, let me see what goes in chats we have here. From Donna Ramlachan, good night, all. The sister, smile more. That's to you. Yes, she says that.
She wants me to smile more.
Let me see who else is in there. Oh, I already said UNC will. He says UNC will come give everyone some prosperity and election time. Come, Trinidadians will vote for them to come and take back everything. 1 foot forward and 5 feet backwards. Okay, Heidi. That's your opinion. Hopefully that would change. Let me see what else there is in the chat. Alicia Ghani says good night. She says good night, everyone. Let's see who else. I said stay safe all. All right, I think we could wrap it up. Let me we can go out with this here.
Hey, hey, oi, oi. Hey, hey, oi, oi. In Trinidad and Tobago, politics was we and them. That was never meant to be so, according to the anthem. But ethnic insecurity was maintained to divide us by some people in the country to sow the seeds of distrust. But we have fought a new system within the community. Now what used to be we and them has now become only we. From now on this nation is we. From now on it is you and I. From now on it is unity. From now on we flying high. All the races have come together to build a better country and create a brighter future for the whole society. The we and them thing is no more, because it is plain to see in this country from shore to shore the community is we. No more we and them, from now on this nation is we. No more we and them, from now on this nation is we and we and we and we. India and some came from Africa. Look today, their descendants are here, coexisting together. There are others who came here too, the Chinese, Syrians and such. Native people are just a few in this land that we love so much. But the
all opinions and views expressed by the program participants, including those on social media, are solely their opinions and views and do not reflect the opinions and views of WZYE management and staff.